D&D's.
Get it. Balance, yeah. Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jeff Black, the one only here with your boy Max, aka Shadow.
Smoke break.
Your boy Avery. Next one,
Max.
Then we got.
Bonza.
Then we got next one,
Toast.
CJ on your belly. And of course we have the DM.
Bonsai.
Cute Mr. Hand. Aka Clown.
Alright.
Hear anything? My ears are so red.
What?
Matt, draw a card.
Masakado.
The box is somewhere over there.
Dura.
It's calling special.
Masakado.
Justice. One moment.
Justice.
That's the yell of a Smite character when she dies.
Smite's okay. I enjoy Smite.
I enjoy Smite as well. It's not like the greatest game, but it's a game that I can consistently play.
Pass me my card, eh? Can you distribute the
You
cards?
gain 100 gold.
Wow, money.
Beware the shifting sands. That's my
Why do
favorite.
I
This
get
is
duped
right
with this
there.
freaking
Wait, you're still like
responsibility?
that?
I stole your
Yeah,
pencil.
we pick a card.
Just kidding, I have 2 pencils. Would you like one?
I mean, one of them are mine. That's
It's
fine.
definitely not.
That's right.
Because mine are nice.
You're right. That's all right.
Accusing Avery.
I wasn't accusing Avery specifically.
We're buddies. We would never do that to you.
Avery.
Please draw a card.
I said draw a card. You didn't listen.
Dude, I keep on. People keep saying shit. Mostly just CJ. I have a stutter, jackass.
Don't get all sappy on me.
I'm
Alright.
not sappy. You're just a bitch.
The Fool. So you discard this card and draw 2 cards.
Okay, so I'm gonna get these two right next to each other. The
Masakado.
Hermit in Death.
Reduce max HP by 10 this session.
Great.
And the Hermit says.
Suck.
What does the Hermit say? I keep forgetting what number the Hermit is.
What's
Oh,
that?
you are resistant to magic this session.
I've been resisting
Quarter damage from magic, boy.
It doesn't stack.
Doesn't say.
What?
Resistance and resistance doesn't suck.
No.
Where do you get that resistance to magic, anyways?
From myself.
Itself.
That doesn't answer the
Both
question.
of the ancients.
Oh.
This is paladin.
Yes. Yes. So basically, I just got double fucked.
Great. Now you really got singularly fucked when you think about it.
And then just absolutely nothing happened.
Singular hasn't fucked anyone until say right with T-A-T.
Who has overpower gloves?
Oh, I'm dead.
You're dead.
They're gone.
That's his deck.
Oh,
Max.
Oh, I'm dead.
I'll choose the one second to the second.
Eagle.
Oh, okay,
I've
I
been
just
waiting
missed
for
one.
you to
So
give me my stat.
1 for 1.
Well, I'm going through them one at a time, and you're not that special, so
You're like-
whatever.
Eyes
Eyes of the eagle, anyone?
That's mine.
The
Actually.
world.
I just
God,
said
wonderful.
Are you chaotic or chaotic or evil?
I am chaotic good.
Alright, well this does nothing.
I missed you.
Can I draw another then? Can I draw another?
No, it's like it would do something to you if you did not already gain a level
Wait,
above
what?
everybody
No,
else.
these are.
Pretty
Wow.
sure.
This is the card that let you gain a level.
Fuck!
These aren't mine. These are right.
So,
I think
If you were
my cards are
lawful
front
good,
and stuff.
for example, then this card would have given you the Hangman, which is the
Worst card.
Plane
in
shift,
2 and
you
3
and
and
second.
Mine.
critics.
Mine.
So wait, if it gave me the extra level last time,
You don't get an extra.
You don't get 2 extra levels.
yeah, okay.
Gerard?
Draw.
Could have been nuts.
This one.
The
4. Yeah, that one.
Nay.
The Empress. Increased charisma by 2 this session. I need to get more creative ideas for this in
The
the
star.
Increased intelligence by 2 this session.
Smart shit. Smart boy.
Why are you all just
The Hangman.
You crit miss on the 2 and 3.
Yeah. No.
Man, this is a great opportunity for my new character to come in. I'm dead.
My intelligence goes up how many?
2.
I'm pretty sure Dispel Evil makes it where
For
if
this
your
session.
maximum
No.
health was reduced at all, it gets undone. So one
Spell evil, you say?
yeah, Dispel Evil, I'm good.
So a 3 is also a crit miss?
Yes.
So
2
it might
and
be a
3.
different one.
Just for this session.
Should I use a word dot for mine?
No, that's Greater Restoration.
I'm using Google. Okay.
Unless it's both.
Okay. A recap of last session. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. 5,
We have that here.
6, 7,
Yeah, but I didn't want to drink all of it.
Oh, that makes this the 10th session, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's see. Rashank bought a ring of spell storing. Our good dead friend Swagzon created Lug,
Fucking dick.
in which
Not you. Swag's on.
Thanks for clarifying, but
you guys got into contact with Uriel, which sent you, which got you to Hell, which is where you found Red Death, which you brought him back to fight Lug.
You also found Dumbass. Because you don't have a name. So I just call you by what you got.
I don't act dumb.
I just got 2 plus 2 intelligence.
Smart as fuck.
Smarter than your average bear.
I'm not a bear.
Smarter than your average bull.
Verbal.
Bulk.
Bull.
He is kind of a bull though. He's
Okay, so as we left off, Red Death was preparing to fire a bullet directly into the gigantic brain of Lug. It pierces his flesh, his skull, and into his brain, which then fills with all what?
You wanna?
You said come.
I did.
His head's
Fucking nipple hater.
Come, not milk. I don't hate nipples. Fuck off. I was gonna clap this.
Pierces into his brain, fills him up with mistletoe, and he falls to the ground with an earth-shaking thud. You can see the life fading out of him. He's in complete pain. You can hear him slightly, just ever so slightly, whisper, "At least this time, I made a friend."
I mean, I told you to dodge
I was
the bullets.
betraying
I
him.
know.
Shit. Wait,
He fades out of existence.
who is he referring to as the friend?
I imagine you. But I was
Definitely not you.
Yeah, I was
Okay, I was
told
like,
you
I
to
don't
dodge the
know.
bullets.
Anyways, Luke is gone, and so is you.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, fuck. Shit.
So Uriel, completely exhausted, falls onto her back, exasperated.
The big word.
Big word indeed. That leaves all of you there. Any leftover beetles also fade out of existence along with Lug.
Endgame.
That would be a shitty way to end this campaign.
No, just
I mean, we could have
Avengers Endgame.
Oh.
Infinity War.
Oh yeah, that was
Mr. Drooly, I don't feel so good.
Fuck.
So anyways,
I was
you are
actually
now
just
on
shot, I
this
don't feel
gigantic square mile patch of sand in the middle of the ocean.
No,
Okay, I was expecting an explosion or something. I mean,
No, not from me. Not this time.
Why would you expect an explosion?
The strongest of all gods dies.
Not with a
Nothing.
roar.
No
but with-
magical explosion.
Not with a roar, but with,
Everybody
with a
hears
whisper.
this
fuck not again.
Yeah,
Okay, Father.
yeah.
Dad warned me about this.
So,
Ducks under the sand.
I'm gonna just very slowly and kind of sheepishly come out of the sand.
All right. As you do, you feel a shaking.
Sand?
It's a fat ass.
What?
The sand shaking?
No. You feel a shaking.
Weird.
I feel a shaking.
Not just you, but everybody.
Every-
here
Oh,
feels
okay, I
shaking.
think you just specifically-
Like the ground is shaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So
feel
look
a
beneath
rumble
your
in the
feet.
And the same stirring the.
Why are you whispering?
Thank you, GM.
I mean, it just sort of made sense.
Hey,
Man,
Okay.
Shadow's like, case closed.
when you run the campaign, you are welcome to say the things that are in my notes.
I mean, I didn't look at your notes. It just seemed obvious.
Even so, it's better to let the GM illustrate just
Anyways, the sand's dissipating. Let's go.
The sand's not dissipating; it's sinking, and
Yeah.
you guys are sinking along with it.
I can swim!
Yes, you can.
Weren't we near the edge?
Wait, can you?
Yes, you were all new.
I can also breathe underwater. Well, not breathe
Okay, so
underwater,
we
I
just
can hold
walk.
up for an hour.
We could just walk off.
Well,
Right?
we're-
We're within
You're
the-
still in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, I thought you said we were near the edge where like the ground met the sand.
There is
Okay.
no real ground. The
So-
whole thing we're standing on was made by Luke, who's now dead. So now
Yeah,
it's-
but I figured we had just entered. I didn't know how far
Okay, wait,
deep into
so
the ocean we had gone.
Who's here with us? Uriel, and then the 6 of them plus me?
Well, not him.
Oh, okay, 5 plus me. And Uriel. Okay.
I'm gonna pick up Rashinked and.
I am going to shout out to the crew.
Hercules.
Uh, far are we out in the ocean are we? Just in the middle of nowhere?
I mean, yeah, you don't even see any sort of landmass on the horizon.
Okay. So I would like to use teleport and use the bell where that girl is because I've been to it a few times now
I'm too strong.
as my location.
So you are all going.
And I am going to yell out to them, how do I like tell them just be ready to fucking blink out of existence and back somewhere else?
I don't know, say that.
Don't resist! That's all I got. I'm just gonna scream out, don't resist, and then I'm gonna use teleport. And
Don't worry, just bite the pillow.
So, is anybody gonna resist teleporting? I mean, you guys.
Where are we going?
You don't know?
Why?
We're in the middle of the ocean. Do you have a better option?
Would we know who is teleporting us?
We'll see.
Probably.
All I hear is Julie saying, "Don't resist," with no other context.
And just for the record, you guys can see Uriel kind of just floating there. She seems to be enjoying herself.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, she's just floating in the
I don't
water.
need to fucking teleport Uriel. Fuck that. But either way, I can go up to 8 people.
I suppose you could also just climb on top of her.
I mean,
She's 40 foot tall.
if we're being in real game, my character would not like your character right now.
Well, that's fine.
I would
No, that's
say
what I'm saying.
no.
That's why I say don't
Because
resist, and you don't have
Literally all he did
I gotta shit myself.
was high. Okay, so he
He's
kind
a
of
turtle.
sort of. I know, but what I'm getting at is he was with the other guy when they showed up, right?
Yes.
And we're just sitting there like, wow, this dude's on the other guy's team.
But
And then he
I was-
briefly talks to us, still confused, like, what the
Yes.
fuck is he even doing?
Yes.
And then when we're fighting, he doesn't help at all.
I did.
He just
I
hides.
used disintegration 3 times.
Oh, okay.
I killed like 6
Yeah,
guys.
he actually like.
Oh, okay.
he
I
actually
thought you
cared.
stealthed
No,
the
no,
whole
no.
time.
I was underground.
Sorry,
I
I was-
just peeked my hand in my.
It was basically you and him that carried the most.
Okay. Alright. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'm good. I
So,
wouldn't resist.
is anybody else gonna resist? No. Or anyone gonna resist?
I just wanted to clarify. Okay, we're on the same page now.
Is there any sort of like spell DC you have to beat, or do you just teleport?
So let me read out till it's long. The reason I choose the bell is because I am familiar with it. So there are a few levels. There is permanent circle, which is something I have to do repeatedly over a year, which we haven't been doing. An associated object, or a location that is very familiar, seen casually, viewed once, or a description, or a false destination. Since I've seen it about 2 or 3 times now, would you say that it would be
You know where the
See-
bell is.
okay? So then, from here is where it's difficult to. Let me go look it up. That'd be a better way.
Which one is it?
Teleport
I have like
with
really quick
very
spells.
familiar. It's a long
That's
spell.
not an inspiration.
I also have an inspiration.
Yeah, I did too. Okay, so
When determined against
it
first.
displays the same thing. Gerard, you can explain it to me.
7th level teleport.
What it does is shows different ranges. What do the ranges do? So I'm very familiar or within reason. So 1 to 5, 6 to 13, 4 to 14 to 24, and 25 to 100. Is that just how
The
accurate
DM
to
rolls 1d100.
Oh, the DM rolls. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So there should be a table. Actually, this is the table then.
Basically, you decide how familiar it is. You roll a d100 and then decide how likely, based on how well he knows the area, of whether or not he'll teleport there or teleport somewhere different.
Sweet.
How about I just let you teleport there?
That works.
That's fine.
100%.
It just depends on how accurate you want to be to D&D mechanics. I'm fine with just teleporting.
Alright, you cast the spell and all of you snap into a deep black existence. And you're flying through the air. You see stars whizzing by you. You look up into the sky, and half of them are still red and the other half are still blue.
Well, fun.
There's still a big white crease in the sky. Can I see your character sheet again?
Oh, yeah,
Ah. Do any of you have anything to say to each other right now?
I feel we might have needed to talk to Uriel before we left.
I teleported. She's with us.
Oh, she's with
Everyone, I said, I'll try.
Oh, I
to
thought you
teleport
said
all
you
6.
weren't going. You're like, fuck Uriel. I thought
That's
Well,
what
I
I
didn't
thought
have
you
to,
said too.
but I just like, why not?
Okay.
Alright,
I don't know if she
so
gets teleport, but I assume.
alright, so before anything else happens, she sits up, looks around, and is like, I was having fun.
Well, there's still a lake.
What?
There's still a lake right next to the bell.
You're not at the bell yet. You're flying
takes
through
like
space.
Oh,
7
okay.
instead.
Yeah, do you
Well, I got confused because like
You're fine. You're
That's
fine.
fair.
different way.
Don't worry about the big old fairy.
Don't worry, there's a lake when we get there.
Still gonna keep the name.
Stop with the fingers.
It's like we're waiting on the elevator here.
Okay, so
How big is the platform for the bell and the girl?
He starts playing music.
it was big enough for like a pagoda and her. So it's basically a pagoda that barely has a shore that's inside.
Oh, I
of
thought it
it.
was just a straight drop off. As soon as like the edge of the building.
I mean,
just
it-
drops.
I mean, it's like I said, it's barely, and it's like barely an edge.
I was wondering who would fall in the water.
Anyway, probably the 40-foot tall one. But
Okay.
anyways, so you guys see off in the distance, just barely off in the distance actually. In fact, it seems to be getting closer. That there is some individual playing around with a machine in their hands.
Off in the distance, like normal sized person. Off in
Wait,
the
where are we?
Inside of space again,
Oh,
flying through.
We see somebody in space.
Yeah, you're going through the hyperspace again.
Is he at the
The
end
teleports.
of the like the direction we're heading to, or is he off on the side?
He's in the direction that you are moving.
No.
Well, it is in the direction that you are moving.
How do you keep
In
that?
fact, it looks like you're about to collide with it.
Oh, hey.
What's up?
No.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, you
We're
guys
about to
did-
fly with him, and we're having a conversation as we projectile towards each other.
Yeah, they were just floating in space, and you guys caught them.
Oh shit.
So now you have this individual tinkering with a metallic box full of gears.
I'm going to ask who he is and then do a insight check.
I'm a girl, thank you.
Oh,
Fuck.
Who are you, bruh?
Fuck.
so
Insensitive, Julie. What is wrong with you? And what happened to your accent?
well, I didn't say.
I know, I'm just teasing.
All the women in
Who
Xavier,
the fuck are you?
all the normal women in Xavier knows
That's
that
one
they
way to
have
introduce
dangerous
yourself.
existence.
Hi.
I don't. Yeah, a
We're
brief
in-
existence and not actually a female.
You act like this is expected?
Where's it?
You act like this is expected?
I mean, I didn't change the colors of everything, if that's what you're asking.
After today, I wouldn't expect anything.
No,
like
no.
this.
I'm just gonna sit there silently regretting a lot.
Do you guys know what this box is?
No.
Do an investigation check
On the box?
Yeah.
on said box.
I'm still just sitting there like, why? Why?
I have no clue what that is.
Neither
Eight.
do I. I just threw it in the box.
What did
You
know?
just chuck.
Is it you chuck the box in hyperspace and then it falls down to Earth and just explodes?
She throws it out of her hand, and it kind of just floats there.
So it's still like within.
It's within
okay.
the space that you guys are in.
Okay.
It's relative space.
Relative
Well, I mean,
space.
we've kicked him into the ether and then just, well, you guys did, and just murdered him. So,
So we're
Not
like
your proudest
shooting through
moment.
the astral plane right now. Is that kind of what we're doing?
It's essentially what you are doing.
I mean, I guess
Astral or is it ethereal? I can't
I'll look at
Astral, ethereal, I don't fucking care.
Who is
Either
that?
one's
remember. D&D stuff. I don't know.
Anyways,
I'll look at the
you're ba-
box.
You're basically doing like Madeline L'Engle style space travel, where you're just folding reality in order to move around.
What I'm actually gonna do is, just out of curiosity, I'll look at the box and see what I know about it, if anything. Wait, no, you won't.
You don't know shit.
5 plus.
Let's find out.
Not shit.
Probably not. Is it intelligence, or actually I can just look down here.
You should have
Investigation?
Yeah.
That'd be an 8 total.
Or Arcana.
8 total?
Yeah.
What do you get off of an Arcana?
Arcana? 8 total.
You're not
Yeah, you
proficient
got
Arcana.
no idea what this thing is.
Sweet. It's a box.
It's a
Yeah.
box.
What are we rolling?
It's a box.
Perception?
Insight?
Is the box, describe said box, is it like a lock box or what?
Or Arcana.
Describe the box by telling me what it is it?
Like I said, it's a metal box full of gears.
Can I
Okay,
roll?
Oh, it's just a box full of gears.
I mean, they're constructed as if they're meant to do something.
I'd like to actually
Ah,
kind of like
It's not like it's
fiddle-
just full of a bunch of random
Can
gears
I
that are just shaking
roll
around.
an inside check on his box?
I suppose.
While I'm looking at it, I actually like to put my claw.
Nice rolls.
It
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 would've
would have
been
been
good.
natural 20.
That's a natural one.
Shut the fuck up.
17 plus.
17 plus 5 plus insight?
You don't do insight.
What do I
Insight's for people. You do
Investigation or
investigation
Arcana.
Okay.
Or
Plus
history. I mean, I don't know if history would be a thing.
No,
You have to-
plus 3.
Alright.
So
Plus 3, so
20.
modified 20. Okay. You pick up the box, You realize it has a lid. You pop the lid open, and a little figurine is spinning on the inside of it with a little jingle.
I'm gonna.
By the way, the figurine is a beetle.
Oh my god, smash it! Uses the long sword and smashes the box.
Wall is in. Yeah. Wouldn't that
I'd like to.
By the way,
take out
my
the
character
beetle.
is suffering from PTSD. I figured I'd make this exciting.
I'm gonna pull out the beetle. I'm gonna
See,
take one of my
PTSD is a
bees.
great trait for a
I just-
character.
It's fun for entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
take.
One
Okay,
of my
so
bees.
Drooly picked up the
Single
box
bee, yeah.
before you could destroy it.
Okay.
He plucked off the beetle figurine,
I'm just
and he
gonna put
took a.
single bee.
Is this a
The good bee.
Not
the teddy bee?
Yeah, the teddy. Actually,
No, the teddy bees were the ones you turned into demon bees.
It is. It's the teddy bee.
Teddy bee.
Oh my god. The demon bee. The
Teddy
demon
bee.
bear bee. I want to find something that like goes together, but it just doesn't.
Demon bee.
Okay,
Said
bumblebee.
demons?
Alright, you
Well, I
take
mean, I want the word demon, bee, and bear or teddy.
To demons?
The demons.
Teddy Demon.
No.
Babies.
demons.
The bumblebee, the good bees.
Alright, you gently take one of the bumblebees and you place it on the little platform that the beetle was spinning around on.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a little stake or metal pole that was like stuck on, so I didn't want to impale the bee.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the platform.
Okay, and just close it back up. That's it.
No, it's good.
I was just gonna sit in my
Bravo.
bag.
This guy.
Okay.
Kills bee for no reason.
Brilliant.
Kills pet bee for no reason.
You
You're
see
a
this?
monster.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Can I have that figurine?
Oh, the
Beetle
the
figure.
beetle?
I mean, I don't care what it is. It's just a figurine. I make.
I like
stuff
to
this.
investigate the beetle. Is it like dead, or is it just a plastic, or some kind of just manufactured thing?
It's metallic.
Oh, okay.
You don't really know what kind of metal it is, though. It's in that same sort of position that the beetles look like when they were praying to Luke. You know, with their front legs up.
There's a god in ancient Egypt that would have beetles. Who is it? That would have like.
There were lots of them.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Okay.
Like basically every Egyptian god. had
Khepri
some-
is a beetle god.
Khepri.
Okay. Do I notice any kind of jewel, anything that looks in any capacity valuable on or in the beetle?
I mean, the figurine itself definitely looks valuable. It doesn't look like any metal you've ever seen before.
Oh, okay. Not quite yet. I've been around and I've never seen this or anything like it.
I don't know, we just saw a lot of beetles that looked exactly like that.
Not the shape, but the material.
Yeah,
It's
doozy
some
please.
weird shit.
Anyways, you feel what you could best interpret as something walking around on the back of your neck.
Or on his
Do
neck.
do I feel anything
Yeah,
with
you
my
feel
hands?
it.
Like if I reach my hand back there and smack
Do I
it,
see it?
or just like try to feel it.
I mean, you can do either of
I'm
those.
gonna try to feel, like not smack it, but like feel what's there.
Alright, there's something hard and warm.
You got yourself.
You got a dick on your neck.
I'd like to gently
It is
grab
very
it.
clearly a carapace. It is not flesh.
I'd like to grab it gently and just have it in my
Beetle
hand.
dick.
Alright.
Come on.
There, you pick it up and there's a beetle wriggling around in your hand.
Yeah. I'd like to see what he does as I bring him close to the beetle. I'm not gonna let him touch it specifically, but I'm gonna see what he does as I bring him closer.
He starts getting really agitated.
Agitated.
I cast Toll of Death on the beetle.
I
Told
cast
him
psychokinesis.
You really want this fucker dead? Fuck.
I cast psychokinesis on the figurine.
Rashid, we have plans we must pursue. We cannot
What
idle
does that do?
around
It's
this
like
business.
I'm just trying to
He's
use.
moving it with his mind.
He's moving
I'd
the
like to
figurine.
shift sorcery points and teleport that bitch.
What?
But you're teleporting in a teleport?
You know, we're in hyperspace. You can't teleport.
That's like a GM
Unless
call.
it's a 7th level spell. Oh, well, you'd have to use
Sorcery points.
sorcery points.
Well,
Wait, no, you can't replace a 7th level spell with sorcery points.
What?
5th level is the highest level.
Oh shit, you're right,
Oh,
isn't
there's
it?
no limit on
Let me double
Yeah,
check.
you can only go to 5th level.
I know there's like
I mean, otherwise you would just move all your points and repeatedly cast 9th level spells.
Like wish. And then you're just like, I wish for more spells.
Fuck.
I wish that everything on this sheet of paper
No,
was
no,
true.
no. So okay. The PBO player's handbook only goes up to 5th level, but there is a higher conversion rate up to 9th, but it gets pricey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
The player's handbook itself only goes to 5th.
Where's the
Let
rest
me
of it go to?
See if I can find exactly this.
Unless that beetle
Because
passes,
if
unless
it's,
the
if it's
saving throw
homebrew, then
20,
that's just gonna break the game.
he takes 19 damage.
He's not.
Bye, friend.
Yeah, he kind of just fades out of existence again.
Once that's done.
You Thanos dust him.
You don't have to have a.
I'm gonna like look at Rashid and do like a eyeball high five.
Ow. That sounds like it'd hurt.
Those are like good.
You have no great interest in beetles, I hope.
No interest in beetles. Is the psychokinesis work? I don't know what's currently
Are you
happening.
like lifting it up?
Well, I was gonna bring it to me.
You're trying to steal it from him?
Well, he had the figurine in his hand.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
threw the box that had it
Right.
away.
I
But
didn't
he
know
wants
there was
the
a
beetle,
figurine.
like specifically.
Yeah, I
The-
just thought the could have opened.
Figurine.
I didn't know what it was.
I actually want to go back to
took
him
this box.
and grab it back and say, "You throw this away? Nah! Until I'm done, you ain't having it." I'm gonna try to wrest it from him.
He never took it from you.
He like psychokinesis.
Yeah, you were holding it and he psychokinesis tried to psychokinesis it away. You're still holding it.
Oh, I thought it would need to do like
How
a
strong is the
check,
psychokinesis?
or he would just do it.
You can fling an object weighing up to 10 pounds within range towards another point within range.
So I would think he would have it.
Yeah, if it has a 10-pound limit. it's
Okay.
probably-
You fling it back to yourself, I guess.
So
So
then-
you can go and try and take it back.
What do I roll for? Strength or dexterity to grab it out of my hand?
Strength. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check in response.
Ooh, I can't use something else.
What was that, mental strength?
So just straight 13.
Straight 13, you don't have any sort of mod?
Not on strength. I am a wise and
I'm
charismatic.
really glad that you don't have your modifiers of strength because I'd be
2.
really concerned.
Crit miss.
So
2 minus 1, anyways.
It's mine! You threw it away!
It's really funny because they're like
I'm-
kindergarten students. You're
Yeah.
like 13.
Yeah, I'm
You're
totally
full of
good.
1. You crit miss.
So I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And actually, wait.
It is yours.
Actually, I'm gonna put it up my butt. I'm gonna.
Please go on.
I'm gonna see that box
I
that
don't
has
know,
my
you
bee
just
inside
say
it
that
and see if
considering
my
his
bee
last
reacts to
character died
the
because of, like-
beetle
Yeah,
any.
that's a good point.
Alright.
Does it do anything?
Now, the bee just looks up to you and has this sort of imaginative expression of, why are you doing this to me?
Beetles have facial expressions.
It's
Because
an
you're
you kind of just get the feeling of it.
So
Like, you
yeah.
just look at the bee and
This beetle
For
has the
now-
ability to convey emotions.
bee.
For
Bee.
now, I'm going to put the bee and the beetle in the same box and close it. Is there any like kind of
There's-
gear that I can use to lock it built into the box?
No.
I mean, it's got
Also, there is no.
it's got like a
It's not a
little
bee.
latch on it like my box does.
Okay, so I'm going
This
to.
conversation would be really entertaining if I was super high.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Stupid.
I'm just gonna latch it.
Beetles and
Alright.
bees, bro.
Or if you're just barracks.
Okay.
If you're
I think
barracks.
that's it.
Okay,
Who's barracks? I can't remember. My brain isn't working.
your character.
Dude, I'm so tired.
Capra.
Yeah, cat guys are fun.
60-30.
Anyway.
I just want to imagine barracks getting high.
So you all pop back
He's
out
already such a dick.
at Ryden Island. Basically, you all land in the pond. You,
I'm atop Hercules. We're already flying.
okay, you land right in front of the pagoda.
So like in the
And,
water or on like the shore?
in front of the pagoda, like again, the shore is like this wide.
Oh, okay.
You land right in front of the pagoda, and as you splash into the water, the shrine maiden stands up with her hammer ready and starts screaming.
Immediately message, just me? It's just me?
You again?
I'm sorry.
How many times are you going to come here?
Why is Johnson? Chinese guy?
If you're gonna be a bitch, I may make a teleportation
I'm
circle.
sorry.
What's your AC?
AC?
It doesn't matter. That's
I
a
don't
nat
think
20.
it's a good idea.
Oh!
I can't
Do not
sway
call me a
okay.
bitch.
We're just doing this.
Okay.
Get out of the pond.
Wait, okay, does she not like recognize Uriel first?
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was
Everybody-
trying to say. I was like, Uriel is here. I suggest you not attack. But
you just bonked the turtle that called her a
Yeah,
bitch.
how much damage did I take again?
You took none.
Oh, well, okay, I thought I would take damage. Oh shit.
You just got bonked on the head with a hammer. It's not like she tried to crush your skull.
I didn't know like how salty she'd be about it.
Uriel stands up out of the water and it's like, I don't think I've been to this island before. Where are we?
Where are we?
We're making the Elky place.
I know where the where we're at. I can't remember the name.
Ophis.
Ophis.
No, you're not on.
No, that's
you're
the
on
one.
Raiden.
That's the one before.
You're on Raiden.
Wasn't it?
We're on the island where we fought Red Death.
Okay.
On the
Ophis was the one where we fought Chick.
Uriale.
Yeah.
The giant red woman who like fusion danced with her snake.
Okay.
And she was really sexual, but not.
She was really sexual, but she didn't like you guys being sexual with her.
She didn't
We
like-
weren't even being sexual. We
She
were
also
trying to
didn't
get
like
She was
drugs.
crazy. She was crazy. Calm down.
She didn't like drug Simon.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's what we were getting. That's what I was getting. She didn't like weed.
I'd actually like
She
to
was
ask
a
Uriel.
fool.
And you've been alive how long?
That's not something you would normally ask a woman.
Not the point. The point being, you haven't left your island in how long?
It's kind of hard to leave the island when you're responsible for running it.
For how long have you been in charge?
15 years.
What is our?
And you're how old?
Rashid, where should we head next? Should we still continue to pursue Oberon?
I think that we may have strayed from our original goal. Perhaps if we can ask either your father or my master for guidance in the matter, we may be able to find where we should go next in pursuit of Oberon.
What is anyone talking about?
Brilliant idea, my friend.
We should drop her
We're
off
trying to
somewhere.
figure out where to go next on our mission, like our list of things to do.
Uriel starts pulling at her ear, and it's just a waterfall coming out of it, as far as just actual pond scum coming out of her ear. It's like, well, you guys are welcome to go where you want. I am on my way to Capital Island to claim my throne.
too.
Well, remember us small ones when you can.
We'll save a seat for you in the coronation. Have a good day, Uncle.
To you too, niece.
Uncle?
Yes.
Yes, we're all related. And I didn't get any of the good genes.
Literally.
What's going on with this?
What?
They were doing conversation, and we started doing conversation about what we're doing next. I'm confused what you talking about with this. Were you talking in character?
Yes.
I thought you had a thing you did whenever
No,
you.
his character is very confused.
Okay, right.
His character was floating through space moments ago.
Well, we're actually trying to figure that out right now. We just had to eliminate a god because he was killing people, Faye, specifically.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of a strange journey. So what are you here for, my friend? Why were you in hyperspace?
Not entirely sure myself. I make games. I'm trying to find inspiration.
Like, what kind of games?
Well, normally you get like a group of people together, like yourselves. You each buy like one of my figurines, and you roll dice, and it determines whether or not you succeed or fail.
Why are
on
you
different things.
yourself in the room making video games? Making board games.
Because it expanded his brain.
Are we playing Dungeon Dice Monsters?
This reminds me of a bunch of
Dice
games.
monsters.
Oh, Dungeon
But-
Dice Monsters,
okay,
it's a real
anyways.
thing.
Right, back to
It's a sub-game of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Interesting. I don't really have time for games.
Well, I'm just looking for inspiration for games.
That's a play
Well,
with you.
to,
Like,
was that in
Was that in
character?
You guys hear a big bong,
doesn't even matter.
Ignores ball.
and then you, and then you
It's the
look
bell
o-
right beside us.
then you look over to the bell, and the shrine maiden looks incredibly terrified for a few moments. Then she looks around and she realizes, oh, I guess it was a one-time thing. Then she sits back down.
I look at her, and I'm like, oh, another like normal-sized woman. Wow.
You're a fucking asshole.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Do you say that in
In case you guys
On the
forgot,
replays.
they ring the bell
I'll
at.
just kill the bird.
In case you guys forgot, they ring the bell at noon, and you guys killed Lug at noon sharp.
It's
Kill him at
Wait.
noon.
Wait, so
Did we
no
teleport back in time?
passed?
No, you're like a few minutes behind or something. I don't know. Not everybody in the world has their watches synced up.
Their time's fucked up.
Relative friends.
That's odd. I don't know that. I wouldn't have known.
I mean, if we
that.
travel
Yeah.
faster than the speed of light.
As long as you stay
We
within
could've got
the
back in time.
confines of our rules, you can come along and, I guess you could say,
Find
journalize
inspiration.
our experience.
What are the rules?
Just him?
Well, do
That's the
not
only
get in the
person
way
that's
of
not
any of
user
our,
group
Okay, making sure.
expeditions.
Because you know,
What does that mean?
Swagzone's dead.
No, I was making sure like he
As
didn't
in,
come
do
with a party
not
or
commit
something.
evil crimes or anything. You will learn as you go.
You don't have to be.
Good enough.
Do you know the teachings of Alden and Krill?
I love how you guys are having this conversation just like knee deep in a pond.
I'm
I mean,
gonna be-
I'm not wet.
I'm
I didn't
currently
know,
but I'm
flying
the one
above
who
this
really
man.
has no problem being wet.
I didn't
You're a
realize I
turtle.
was in a pond.
Yeah, exactly. I have no
Yeah.
problem being wet.
I'll try to get on land. Being in a pond is not.
Just don't get on the pagoda.
I'm gonna begin helping everyone on
What did your character look like, Jeff?
Short white hair,
Mhm.
green eyes, tan skin,
Alright.
grayish robes.
Can
They
I
kind of
use
parachute
How tall are
around
you?
the
chill touch
pants.
to make a like
I'm
nice
human.
walkway back to shore?
Maybe like 5'4".
So I'm actually gonna use chill touch to make a ice bridge back to shore. Just it's
I
a
just picked
cantrip. I'll
everyone
just
up.
keep pew 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 in front of
Okay.
us.
Alright, so you are all back on the shore. None of you are in the pond anymore. The shrine maiden's still looking at you all like she's expecting you to cause more trouble.
I guess we should leave the shrine maiden to her duties.
Who is she?
I'm going to head to
That's
pray.
true.
She and I have been gaining
See you
a
later, Bushi.
growing relationship.
Okay. Oh, are you two going steady?
It's
It would cer-
interesting.
It would certainly be an improvement over your wife.
Whew.
You are funny, guy.
Well, fuck you, fur boy.
Fair bowl.
So you're gonna go back.
He's got a lot of
From
hair.
there, so now that we actually have some time, I'm actually going to like take a seat somewhere, whether on a bench or like just anywhere it's free, and just deeply inspect the beetle figurine.
Alright.
No one knows.
There
Can
are
we like pray or something?
dirt marks on his front and
Ah.
hind legs.
Arcana or investigation?
Arcana.
7.
7.
Yeah.
You poke at the beetle a couple of times and it doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
It kinda just sits there like it's still praying.
I'd actually.
Are
I
we
can
still
help
in
you investigate that.
astral plane?
I know.
No,
I
I
figured.
No, you're back over.
We've been on
Icon.
land for a minute.
You are back in.
Are
I
we
just
still
said,
like-
You are back in not feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, while he heads out and smokes a cigarette, I suppose we'll wait to do the temple stuff. Does anybody else have something they want to take care of?
I want to investigate
So-
the figure along.
Not quite yet. I'm actually gonna see because I do know it's a meta, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to take it to the nearest blacksmith.
Okay.
I will follow.
Okay. You find a blacksmith,
Okay.
and you find a blacksmith, and the sign above it, once again, moon runes, and then underneath it is the title in common. It reads, the original face layer.
Okay then. I go inside and
This is an oddly racist name. I whisper that.
Okay.
Oh wait, nigga, I got a message.
You walk.
I mean you still whisper it when you use message. True.
You walk inside, and there is a big purple oakie hammering away at a single-bladed sword. And he sees you walk in. Oh, welcome, customer.
Fuck.
Is that not
Yeah.
math?
What?
How'd you get the code?
There are two. Go. Oh.
No, it's because his watch can
I go
answer.
and ask him. Oh, wait. Hello.
Anybody else for the moment?
I was
Oh,
also
are
in
you
the
at the
shop.
door?
Any
Or-
of the other two?
Oh.
Well, the other three.
Who, me?
I'm good for now.
Oh.
Are you just gonna go to the
is
temple
the
with
gate locked?
Avery?
I'm just gonna.
The code
Anything else?
is pounds.
Can I do something weird?
7.
What is the weird?
Can I pull one of my
Yeah,
informants out of my
actually,
pocket?
let me
It's
look
just been a tiny like beetle maybe. I don't care what he was.
What's the code's 7779 pound?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was pound
Yeah.
size.
Well, it's pound first. Pound first.
So it's pound 7779.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just only way to pull an informant from my cult out of my pocket and ask him what the
Be
move
outside
is.
just looking for you.
Because these people are gonna pray, but I'm like, I'd rather not.
What the what is?
What the move is? What's the next step?
Oh, the next step.
What should we be doing on our mission to save the world?
All right. So you pull out.
He's really small, so you gotta do the small person.
Right. You pull out a little tarantula,
Cool.
and he looks up at you, and he whispers through his mandibles, "Recent events have brought Oberon back out into the forefront. I suggest dealing with him as soon as possible."
Did they ever come back with my lunch money? I remember sending a message back to the cult, to the giant tree for lunch money. Did they ever send me lunch money back? This is on this topic.
The tarantula raises itself up and takes one of its 8 legs and scoots out a gold coin from underneath it and lowers it back down. I hope that is enough. Maybe you can buy yourself a sandwich. Anyways, I am going back in your pocket now, unless you have more questions.
Well, I think would make the most sense.
the gold in the nigga's
I think what would make the most sense is if I swap. So that one was like new, and then a new guy with new information comes to my pocket now. So
Don't
he
worry.
crawls away.
Okay, so the tarantula crawls away, and
a new informant with yeah.
a goblin spider walks up your leg and into your pocket. I'll just be down here.
Alright, but gang.
Gang, gang.
Clan.
Clan.
Use a clan.
That's a cult.
Oh, cult.
No.
What about you, Edgemaster Light?
Nothing in particular, just sort
Clean
of
those
thinking
rooms,
about
yeah.
things.
You're what?
Just sort of thinking about things.
Your character is thinking about things.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he not cleaning his sword or something?
I mean, I can. It would be nice to maybe finally get these rooms clean.
That's what I
What
was
about
thinking.
D20?
No.
Sorry. You died on Mario Kart.
9 plus my proficiency rates, I'm proficient in my sword is 14.
14?
14.
Alright. You finally scratch enough dirt out of one of the rooms, and you take a closer look at it, and it seems to be in the shape of a little flame. Alright.
Oh, from the back.
Hello. Is it raining?
No.
Okay. Alright. So we'll go back to the little beetle figurine first.
Okay. Pretty much I just present the beetle to him, like not saying a word, just
You put it in his hand. He looks at it for a moment, and then his eyes grow really wide and says, "Take this away from me."
oh.
What is that, kind sir?
I don't care what it is. It reeks of Fae.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense. Based on the
Where did you get this?
Yeah, start talking.
It randomly appeared. Well, actually, no. Him. He had it. Or
She.
she.
Shit.
She should. She's yours.
Where'd you get it?
You should find better friends.
My jokes are
I
funny.
don't even know him.
36 points.
Or,
Where did you get this?
don't even know.
same place you got it. Cause
Just
you,
in the ether?
yeah.
You need to sit with me, sit beside me, or no chair.
Do you still,
Leaving my stuff.
Okay.
do you still want it?
I would like to ask, can you at least tell me what it's made of? I've never seen this before.
Well, it is most certainly not bronze. Something tells me Fae don't like bronze. It might be 300 years and 6 generations of Fae killing. Ha ha ha.
What the fuck? Is this the fucking
So is that all he
fancy-
knows is just bronze?
Whoa.
Is it
Yeah,
the
it is.
Powerpuff Girls?
He says,
What is-
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't know anything but bronze.
Dexter's
So he
never
would know.
taught.
If it's like anything else.
Xavier coming
well, it's very clear you do not know what this is either.
But a baby.
If you would like to leave it with me for a while, I can inspect it for you.
I have the best for the neck.
Any idea how long that may take? I don't know how long we'll be here.
I do not have anything else to take care of for right now. If you have to leave, I will go ahead and start working. If you have to leave early, just come back and take it.
Oh god.
I won't charge you unless I find out what it is.
Pardon me, sir. Do you sell any figurines here?
Figurines?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna die.
He turns around and he pulls up this little figurine of a really buxom oaky woman. And he says, I make these as a hobby.
Is it small or tiny?
I mean, it's not tall.
Is it
Not
tiny
that
or
big.
teeny tiny?
Okay.
If it's tiny, I'd ask him, how much does it cost?
Well, I make them for fun. So I don't really sell them much. People don't really come to a blacksmith looking for someone to build figurines.
True.
It is made out of bronze. I will sell it to you for 5 gold.
5 gold?
How much gold do you even have?
I currently have.
That's a weird thing for the cell phone.
Okay.
So if he has figurines, does he have either like an actual ballerina or something to that effect of this type? Like a dancer?
A burlesque dancer.
Sure.
Shit.
One sexy Oni figurine?
That one looked like a burlesque dancer.
Okay.
Do you want one?
I'd like to inquire about the price, and then I actually want to go to an enchanter and ask them something later before I buy it.
I will do 5 gold.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I just.
Make it 4, and I'll buy it now. Not even having to visit someone else.
Okay.
Alright.
All yours. Alright. So you're just gonna leave the beetle figurine with him though?
I'll take it since I already went ahead and bought it.
No, the
No, no,
beetle
no.
The
figurine.
one that you asked him to find.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I was gonna put in for, there's one there, but
We'll just swap sides.
Now just for that record,
it doesn't matter.
if I find out what it is, and it is valuable, I expect 1/10 of its values in exchange for identifying it.
That's a good thing I'm not a barbarian. That's fair.
What dice is this?
Very well.
Oh, zero, use that.
Okay then, I will see you later. Now we're gonna snap to the temple where Rashink and Xavier
Well,
are
we'd be
present.
at 2 different places.
Oh,
Well,
I
it's
mean,
the
yeah.
same temple,
No, because he's got
Are
one
you
where
good?
their small gods are, and I got one where
but it's
full
the same
cathedral.
temple, it's just in different locations within that temple.
is that where you are, Duran? I'm not saying you're
I'm
somewhere.
just following it, Xavier.
Okay.
Okay.
So we follow Xavier.
Do my regular thing, go to that place that I went to before. and
Yes.
just pray.
Alright. Eventually Alden manifests in front of you. Well done!
Thank you, Father.
You definitely averted a crisis there.
Yes, with the help of my niece and of course even the devil was worth the time.
It still bothers me that she calls you uncle.
It's like we do it the same.
Yeah. I'm confused as well.
Just take away.
I don't know how our lineage really works, to be honest with you, but
I'm not too worried about it, I suppose. After all, she's queen now.
Same, same.
Now we're king. Now we're royalty and holy.
Yes,
Anyways,
good job,
I'll
Father.
tell you.
How'd you do your
High five.
How'd you do your
We were wondering where our quest may lead to next.
Weren't you originally going after Oberon?
Yes, but we were curious as to if we were supposed to eliminate him or if we were just trying to eliminate his followers.
I think at this point it's fair to go deal with Oberon directly.
Okay. Then we will pursue. Do you know where we should head next?
I would probably check Rakshasa Island.
Then we will. I will speak to my companions.
You can
Oh.
take a train there this time.
Hey,
Is it fixed?
The only train that wasn't working was the one to Ophis.
I'm still confused on how the train works.
It's one circular track, but because it's only one circular
It's
track,
not
only
one circular track, it's a network of tracks.
I thought the one
It's just-
train that was on the circular track got broke. That's what I thought
Well,
happened.
it's not a
But
circular track
I-
anymore.
now that we know that it works,
The,
let's go on. I'm gonna go up to Rashid. Father says that we should.
I wanna tell them the.
But
You're not there. Anyways, Rashid,
what? Where are you at?
we went to the.
Temple.
You were
didn't want to
there.
pray.
I don't know, talking to plants. Anyways,
Talking to-
Rashid,
talking to Triangles,
we have been told to go to Rakshasa Island. That is where our next quest, and apparently, Father wants us to take the head of Oberon himself.
Well, let's make haste.
Would that conflict with Krill's teachings?
I believe I am currently it was all my duties. I've done all I've been asked to do.
I wonder if there will be an imbalance created from Oberon's death.
It was not my concern.
I guess not. And we are on our way. Going to.
I guess we collect the rest of the,
I'm actually going to an enchanter, if I can find it.
Alright.
No, you mean.
You find an enchanter, one of my generic librarian looking hotties.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'd actually like to, well,
I follow.
He's I want to see the
She's the greatest
Okay,
character,
so
a lesbian.
I take the figurine and I show it to the enchanter. Is there a way to get this enchanted so it will always spin?
are you
The
okay?
rate doesn't matter significantly, but for it to always spin.
Do you have a gold coin?
I have many. Okay, I'll give her a gold coin.
She pokes the figurine and starts spinning in your hands.
Okay, now I'm gonna put it in the box with the bee.
With the bee is just gonna stare at the figurine.
We're
What
going
the
to
heck?
create another
Who
god.
knows what the bee will do?
He's gonna stare at you.
This is our new monster of the
you
week formula.
He
Just
stares.
put a bunch of shit together and eventually you'll have a god.
The bee stares at the burlesque dancer figurine, and then he stares at you, and you get this sense of, what are you doing?
Bee Luke.
Enjoy!
Just like-
And just close the
Sound
magic
like
back
how
up.
it is to go.
What else can you do to figurines?
I mean, you can enchant realistically anything.
I know, but like, what kind of stuff could you do that involves it like movement or like acting or something?
I mean, if you can think of it, I could probably eventually come up with something.
Okay. Could you make it like just move around and just do its
I
own
forgot
thing?
the person.
I'm gonna cast Find
Make it
Familiar
sentient?
and one bag.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a little bit more expensive than what I know how to do.
Oh, okay.
Usually talks like
Do you
this.
know anyone who I could talk to who knows how to do that kind of thing?
Not on the island.
Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, well, I'm with a traveling group of people.
No,
I
you
might
don't
end up
know.
somewhere else.
I don't know anybody on the island.
Okay. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Hey, you too.
I think whether we should rest before we leave.
I agree.
Can I tell what the spider told me that the Oberon's back after or something?
I suppose you can.
Hey guys, my cult buddy told me that Oberon's back out into the fold.
We have a cold buddy. I just heard you say it.
Yeah.
You said that to all of them.
Yeah, but I want other people to hear.
So we were all together.
He's
Yeah.
saying, keep it on the down low.
He's within the cult of Oberon?
No, not that
Oh.
cult. There's more than one cult.
Well, you said cold buddy and then referred to Oberon.
It's weird that you call your group a cult.
There's multiple terms for
I mean,
cult.
when you know it's a cult, it's a
You're
cult.
in
Always
this
a
cult.
proprietary term.
Yeah, we fuck shit up to save the planet. What?
Oh, powerful. Sounds good. Just don't fuck with all that stuff. Anyway.
I think he's figured that out.
Yeah. Anyways,
Not a whole lot of 40-foot tall women out there.
we can go back to that same inn we went to before. If that's good.
What if a tall woman loves the earth? We love the
What was the inn that you guys went to before?
I can't remember the name.
Doesn't matter.
How do you guys get there?
You can't find that in.
It's
Go another inn.
It became a problem. It was like, I remember the
Okay,
name,
well,
then you
then
don't
I'm
you can't go
Actually,
there.
no, better. You find the inn, and there's a sign nailed to its front that says, "Left town in response to sudden appearance of a god. Do not expect return."
Ever. Fuck.
I'm gonna look around and find the nearest villager and just be like, is there somewhere we could stay tonight?
You find an Okie. They look at you and say, "I am surprised we have visitors at all after that event."
He was dealt with. He's been eliminated. He is no longer a problem.
Oh, not that I really cared. I hate fate.
Anyways, is there any place we could say we need to get rest soon, and because we have a long journey ahead of us?
You could go to Red Woman Inn.
Red Woman Inn. Okay, how far is it?
Both of
It's on the other side of town, by the pond.
I don't know you very well.
Many thanks. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Be careful. If you are married, I do not suggest going in there.
I know you're you told me.
Great. Is this one of the less desirable destinations?
He starts like lightly thrusting his hips and says, "Depends on your definition of desirable."
Is there anywhere else we could stay?
pixelated.
Oh, you don't want red light district.
Do not.
My apologies, sir.
My apology.
Down you Margarian!
Thank you for the assistance, but is there anywhere else you think we could stay that is a little on the more?
You could go to Blue Lady.
Are there traps?
It is on other side of pond.
Is she?
He's
Is
in the
this
red
Blue Lady a cleaner destination?
Much more modest.
Okay, we will head that direction. Many thanks.
Owned by same company, strangely enough.
I'm gonna give him
Where that freezing comes from.
a copper coin.
Red lights. So I'm like, oh, where they're red.
He takes the copper coin and says, I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You as well.
Alright. You go to the Blue Lady Inn. All of the staff are blue oaky women.
The name matches the theme.
They're blue on not red.
That is true.
That is true. Why do you point that out?
Let's see how many times we can just fucking smush all of our jokes into the ground.
I mean, you still find them funny.
Yeah, it's more or less like the dying inside that I laugh at.
I'm dying.
Anyways, alright, so blue women.
Welcome to Blue Lady Inn. How can we help you?
No, we need.
Or,
No.
All of it's their staff. All of it's
What
their
is your
staff.
name
What?
again?
who are the staff?
We
Like,
don't
what
know
do they
their
look
name.
like?
We
Blue
know-
oaky women. They're
Alright,
all
well, those
wearing
are-
like Japanese maid outfits. I don't know.
Good to meet you, Xavier. Oh, you didn't tell me your name.
Everyone knows my name, it's okay.
He is, after all, the son of a god.
He is.
I am.
I was outside. Yeah, but sure.
That might need to be written down. It's important.
Hint, hint.
He is quite full of
There's
this.
a hint.
Although he hasn't been full of himself the entire time. Anyways, talking to the barmaid. We would like room enough for
I can grow fangs.
5, 6 of us.
One,
I can't.
two, three,
Fuck.
4, 5, 6.
Damn,
Alright.
this accent.
5 gold each.
I think that your prices might be a little high.
We do not charge by room, sir. We charge by individual.
I'm gonna turn this fine.
That's a bit
Do
expensive
we get our own
considering.
room? Do we get our own room?
If you would like one.
Does it cost more?
No. Again, we charge by head, not
5 gold it is! Slap it down. I'm heading to bed.
Slap him.
Alright, as you start walking away, a maid comes up and says, let me show you to your room, sir.
Alright, I'll take it.
I think it may be best if I slept at the temple.
I suppose you could.
Wait, we're just allowed to not pay and sleep at the table?
Temple!
Temple, nigga.
I thought you
I'm going
said
to-
sleep at the table. And she was like, okay.
I
was
like actually
"What?"
don't have 5 gold, so.
You don't
Really?
have 5 gold.
Where did all your money go?
I just spent 10 gold when I had 11 to recast Ed.
Oh,
Yeah, that bitch keep dying.
So
why do you keep recasting Edwin?
Because it's a second pair of eyes, third pair of eyes.
Recast it when you need it.
We can sleep
I always want Edwin, he's my best buddy.
We can
Fair.
sleep at the temple for free.
How many times?
I can sleep at the
It's a
temple for free, I'm
church.
not sure.
They have soup too.
I'm sure he would be okay with sleeping in the, like, the offering area.
Oh, sure.
I'm not sure if where I will be sleeping.
I'd be down to sleep.
Would people be freaked out if I turn into a wind elemental?
Question. Would
Yeah.
there be any bonus?
I don't know. Why don't you try and find out what happens?
I'd rather not get into any kerfuffles.
Why would you want to do
So
that?
I could just sleep in the sky and shit.
Damn.
Sleep on a cloud.
Hang on a second.
You're good.
I don't know when elementals sleep,
They don't need to, but I mean,
but you do.
Yeah.
Is there any bonus for sleeping in a more
So you
comfortable
just
bed?
be normal?
Instead of the temple or
I
something
can
like
sleep in
that?
a tree. I'm a purple.
First off, when you get to the room, the maid opens the door, you walk in, and she follows in after you. And she looks really puzzled. She starts scratching her head. I do not know how I am going to keep you company.
Here's what you do.
I have never slept with a turtle.
What?
Oh my god, is that
This is
what
the wrong cut.
Not
Another?
sleeps. Not that kind of sleep. I just keep you warm.
It's not that cold, bitch. I don't know.
I'm going to.
I mean, I'm cold-blooded.
I'm confused.
Just get under the bed. I'll sit on top of your shell or something.
I'll sit on top of your shell. Not a chair.
So I guess you go to the temple. You're like, yo, can I sleep here? And they're like, yeah, you can sleep here. And you just, I don't know, find like a holy couch or something.
What about her?
Hmm?
What about her?
Her? What does Lucio do?
She
I
follows
follow her.
him, but what? Or is she allowed to sleep at the temple?
Are you religious?
Father, should we open our doors to all?
What?
Father, should we open our doors to all as you guide them?
We opened the door back up to Luke. Look how that worked out.
He's not
Father, I don't
religious.
believe you make that decision.
I
No,
kind of do.
You're not. No, you don't.
Well then,
My father does.
Stop it.
I just look
Would you
back
like
and
to
forth
pray to your
between
father?
the two. I also look around for figures.
There are tons of like.
Lucy, I see we
There are
are
tons
wanting
of, like,
here.
really-
Let's just go head out and make a campfire.
Oh, that's
I was about to continue talking to you, but I was trying to answer his question. Slow down.
I'm sorry.
You see tons of totems and statues and figurines of every size you can think of.
Wow, there's so many figures here.
Yes,
Oh,
we have them as representations of gods.
Ooh, that's kind of like the reverse of what I'm used to. That's really cool.
Yes, we appreciate it much.
Gods that represent totems.
We don't really have a bed for you,
Oh.
but I suppose you could sleep on one of our wooden benches.
Oh,
It at least will be warmer in here.
yeah, that sounds pretty good.
You may have the holy couch.
It's
I will
nice.
sleep on the bench.
The holy couch.
Is
What he said. Wow.
I said there was a holy couch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Thank
what he
you.
said.
I appreciate it.
Alright then, don't take anything. I will be back in morning. Have a good night.
What happened? You left it in him?
It was the don't take anything.
Oh, you touch your bag. I see you in the morning.
Sleep where?
Was that one guy from The Hangover?
Yeah.
Goodbye, gay bars.
Goodbye, gay boy.
Get in the fucking car. The fucking car.
You know he's a doctor?
He is a
Yeah.
doctor.
What the fuck?
He actually goes and like
He's a
edits the
genius.
product.
I used to work at Casa Permanente.
Anyways, the priest leaves the priest leaves through the front door, and after he shuts the door, you hear tumblers and locks and keys and latches and chains, and then finally you hear, "We shall guard it with our life, sir."
Remember, you touch your bag.
Wait, guarding what was with
I don't know.
Wait, what
There's
door?
people on the other side of the front door to the temple.
Duh.
They got
Oh,
a lot of
they're
expensive shit
protecting.
here.
Oh, okay, they're protecting everything inside the temple.
Yeah, they're not worried about you. You're like a big warrior type.
All right, so they don't want to steal shit.
They said.
Okay.
Don't take anything.
Yes, sir.
Greedy priests.
Really?
You think Alden would appreciate it if people took his little bronze statues that look like him?
I don't think that Alden should give a shit about material things,
I don't know.
but
That's just
I don't know. Sometimes things change when you become a god.
So
Yeah.
Spice wants to come back after a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yo,
What's up?
before we go to bed, I want to show you my thing.
we having a sleepover, so we can do whatever we want.
Oh, true.
We're adults now. We can stay up all night. You want candy? I got candy. Mountain Dew? Got that too.
So,
Why are you rhyming?
Because I'm badass.
Doesn't that rhyme?
You want candy?
find scented locations.
It's so amazing.
remember,
Yeah,
Oh, no.
The ramen
Oh
first? Yeah.
no!
remember when I told you I make games with figurines?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people.
They just come
The
back.
door's locked and now he says he wants to play a game with me.
Yeah.
Saw 8.
And remember when I told you that normally it's the opposite for me when you mentioned that like the figurines represent the gods?
Meaning the gods represent the figurines. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Alright, check this out.
Pooch, man.
I like do this and then
So that's
10 of the figurines just start like animating.
Just moving. Strange trick, friend.
So I can only do this for about a minute, but the figurines come to life. And what I normally do is instead of playing the game with other people, that's what my customers do. I just play the games with the figures. They have to do
What
whatever I
can you
say.
make?
But if I put an or in there, they
But they're,
kind of
are they alive?
Mm-hmm.
But they have to do what you say, so they're slaves.
Well, I can put an or in anything I say, and then they can pick from one of the options. They have to do it, but you know.
So
they
you're
have
saying
choice.
that every
I
inanimate
said
object
two.
has its own will?
Once I put it in there, but only for a minute.
Could you give
Well,
it a specific
It's
will?
not yours.
That's mine. We just
What do you mean?
Could you give it a specific will, like an evil will, or?
Oh, like if I wanted it to do like bad things,
Yeah,
I could just command it to do bad things.
but the will you put. Okay, I
Oh,
don't
like
think
its ability to make choices?
Yeah.
I don't control, I can only control what choices
You could
it
technically give it
has,
two bad choices.
not, yeah, I could just,
Ah.
But doesn't mean it's a bad person.
So it doesn't have free will.
it does to pick from one of the things. If that makes sense.
It's a limited free
But if
will.
it has
Watch
no.
this, watch this. I point at like one of the Alden figurines.
Right.
Sit down or stand up.
It's already standing.
But what
So
about,
does it not sit down?
It scratches its head.
See how it
does
didn't
it
sit
not
down?
have a,
Does that answer your
what
question?
what if the choice is between killing an innocent or not?
Oh, well then it makes that choice.
But is
Based
it a
off what?
50-50 chance, or is it, I don't wanna kill this thing,
Ask it 100
Or-
times, see how many innocents it kills.
Probability.
I guess
because it's probability, which means it doesn't have free will, which means it's not lawful evil, evil good, whatever.
it's hard to tell because they don't talk.
That does not include. That's
So you don't know.
I believe they're making their own choices of their own will.
Interesting thought, friend.
That's a dumbass conversation.
Alright, where's everybody else sleeping?
I am comfortably sleeping with some person on my shelf.
How do you like sleep as a turtle? Do you sleep on
You
your
just
back
lay-
or do you like pull into your shell?
On your stomach with your body pulled in.
Oh, okay. So you just got this Okie woman sitting on top of your shell, absolutely confused.
She's just DJing. She's just leaping down the side of the shelf.
What?
Put that out there for you guys.
She's what?
She's fingering herself is what CJ said.
They put it in such a PG way, and Jess is like, fuck.
Finger
that.
banging.
I did not know that DJing could mean that.
Well,
You corrupted me further.
think of the motion.
Yeah, I get it now.
We gotta break it down.
Break it down.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Gerard. I'm with you,
I live
Gerard.
through Rod's facial expressions.
All the content.
Quality.
Look, I'm trying to get the views.
Now I really hope my pastor is not watching this.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Jeff. Looks like we just demonetized you.
Nah, I'm probably good.
Ah, shit.
Anybody else?
I just found a room in the blue lady place to
Alright,
sleep.
same thing.
Um,
You don't have a shelf for her to like sit on top
I
of.
don't have a show.
Don't think many of us do.
I don't know. 1 in every 6. That's a pretty good ratio.
You paid $5 for a woman to
Is
sit
it
on
truly
top.
a rent?
You didn't pay.
No, Julie paid.
Oh.
Why?
It's per person.
Oh, it's
so
$5
$5
per person.
Yeah,
Oh.
they don't charge per room per person.
Oh,
Yeah, you just get your own room.
that's still a lot of money.
I mean, if you don't want to sleep with the lady, you could probably go to the temple.
If you stay here, you're sleeping with that damn lady.
Yeah, no option.
Would it be like culturally insensitive to ask her to not?
Sit on
Stay.
top of you? Oh.
She's like, oh, okay, sweet. She pulls out a little pipe and pours some stuff and it lights it on fire and starts
What
puffing.
kind of pipe?
See you in the morning. She leaves.
Oh, I thought she was just gonna sit in the room and like
Yeah,
stare at
you
him.
just smoke and stare.
sleep.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a crack pipe, she's gonna fuck off right there. But I'm good right here, brother.
Good imagination there, CJ.
Sorry.
Talking about DJs and fucking crack wars.
She doesn't have sex with you.
Masturbating.
Just one.
She doesn't have sex with you. She just sleeps with you. There's a difference.
Alright.
Just
Okay.
Before Rushin goes sleep, I'll cast him then.
Sending? Okay.
Yeah. And I'll say, we are heading to deal with Oberon. Things seem stable for now. Alert me if a new threat arises.
Stop.
Alright. What kind of messengers do you normally expect if not, like, temple representatives?
What do you mean?
Like, what kind of thing? How do they send you messages back?
They probably sending me back. Yeah, as someone who also does sending, send some kind of correspondence.
Okay,
It's just easy.
Hey, can I do something cool?
what do you want to do?
I go to the nearby wood and I do my furball race thing and I call in some creatures to keep it warm at night.
All right.
A mammoth. I
Oh.
call a mammoth.
There are no mammoths. There are no mammoths.
I like how he's
Ryan
like,
Island.
creatures, and he's like, mammoth, I call him mammoth.
So we
Giant
have
panda.
dinosaurs.
How do you do
but we
that?
don't have.
Alright, winter.
There are mammoths, just not on this island. It
Oh,
is
that
too
makes
warm for them.
Winter. Well, I guess you said too warm for so without
Yeah,
winter.
well,
But they
fucking
just have
dead.
a heat stroke.
Yeah.
It's like it's like CJ cold outside.
There's pandas.
You want a war?
You don't
Giant
those
war.
pandas.
Pandas would try to kill you.
Can you call a grizzly bear?
I can.
Can you call it?
You call a grizzly bear.
Quite a wide variety of bear.
Obviously. Giant elk.
Giant though.
You call a giant elk to sleep with you then.
Yes, it's a huge
No, you
beast.
could pay
If you like to
$5
It's not a
for
regular
that.
elk, it's a giant elk.
Yeah,
It's
giant
just like
tauntaun.
giant.
Yes.
You just sleep out in the bamboo forest with a giant elk.
Yeah, I kind of just look like a ruffle in its fur.
But don't. Never mind. It's
Yeah, shut up.
Where's everybody else sleeping?
Five
Yeah,
gold,
so
walk,
temple-
walk, enter room. Hey, I really don't want you to sleep with me. Hey, thanks. Smokes. Walks out. I'm in my room by myself soon.
I love how I told you not to do my job for me and you continue to do my job for me.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
that
can
was
do it
fun.
however you want. That was just me.
Okay, you say that to her and she gets really
No,
fucking
no.
offended.
I don't even know
Who the
how.
fuck do you think I am?
Oh.
While they're walking into the room.
Okay, so think
Blah,
about it.
blah,
You
blah.
can't expect every person
She pulls
to
out a
react
pipe
the
and
same
is
Well, I
way.
didn't even say that.
But
Okay.
You literally say, okay, start smoking. Like, you literally did my job for me.
Okay, look, okay. Colin,
She gets really fucking offended and
I
storms off.
didn't even say Colin. Look.
You go the fuck to bed, man.
Fuck up.
Is anybody gonna do anything else between now and the next morning?
No, I'm just gonna stroke my giant elk and chill out, man.
Oh,
God
okay.
damn.
At least we're not TJ.
No one's DJ. She got high and left. She's driving the
No,
night.
someone's TJ.
Oh, ew,
Does anybody see Jane?
See,
what jazz was that?
Lit jazz.
Jazz?
Wouldn't if DJ means disc jockey, wouldn't a CJ be a clip jockey?
Jazz hands. What were you talking about? What were you
No.
He's a clit
Jazz,
jazz.
jazz hands, and he's like,
I don't know if you really make much progress that way.
Click juice? What do you want?
he's just being retarded.
Click
Yeah.
jams. Click jams.
Oh.
So,
Anyways, next morning.
next morning.
The fucking coincidence.
any bonus from sleeping in a bed rather than on a bench?
Yeah, you get 10 additional HP since you had a bed me. There you go.
Oh, hey, it's
Wow,
this
they're
might
just
be.
more.
When you start rustling around, she hops off your head. She hops off
My
your
head.
I thought
She
you
hops
were
off the back of your shell and starts popping her spine. You are not comfortable, Bet.
she starts popping her spine after she hops off your head.
Head.
I love this campaign. She's,
Did she use any magic mouth last night?
I know.
Magic map.
You catch some magic mouth.
That sounds terrible, Rod.
That sounds great.
Sounds like a level 2 spell to me.
Anyway,
Semantic.
we appreciate your patience. Have a good
Lawyer
day.
mouth.
Most mages can cast it.
I wonder why. Mages must get lonely.
Oh gosh. What are we doing?
Okay.
Everybody wakes up. You are at your various locations.
Good morning.
I'm gonna go back to the inn.
I'm just gonna take a
Wait for
stop
my
by the
friends
blacksmith,
downstairs.
see how he.
I guess you're not
Have a
saying
lot.
good one. I'll follow.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, good one.
All right. You go back to the blacksmith,
Of course.
and he brings back the little figurine. He says, "This is Erectrum."
Rectum?
Erect?
Erection?
Electro.
Oh, wait.
Erectrum.
Oh.
So it's okay.
Electron.
Electric
Electrum.
coins are worth half a gold.
What is
Yeah,
it?
no, they're worth
It's
twice as
like
they're
a
worth 10
metal
times as
that-
much as
that-
gold.
Oh, just in like normal in this world.
Oh.
Because normal D&D, like an
Redstone.
electrum coin
That's
is
between silver and gold.
yes, is like 50 silver
What?
or 5 silver and half a gold.
Things I didn't know
Yes.
about D&D.
It's between.
I thought Electrum was worth more.
No.
Are you
Platinum
thinking
is worth
platinum?
more. It goes
Platinum is
copper, silver, electrum, gold, platinum.
I mean, it's still the figurine is still made out of Electrum. But I just had a misunderstanding about how much Electrum was valued at.
That's fair. Okay. Is there anything? Is it just pure electrum? Is there any jewel or glass on the beetle?
I found a button on the bottom.
Button on the bottom. Have you pressed the button?
17 tells me I don't want to press button. You can press button.
I'd like to do like a very thorough inspection of that button.
It's a button.
Does he leave before we
You
get
can
back?
tell what the button does by
Does
staring at
he
the
leave
button.
before we get back?
You weren't even at the inn when he woke up.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
okay.
already gone.
That's what I was wondering.
10.
10? Yep, that's a button.
Sweet. Okay. I just put it in the pocket and go about my day.
Okay, sorry I could not find out more.
That's fair. Wait, do I owe you anything?
I mean, I still don't know what it is.
You said it was electrum?
I mean, that's just material. I can't tell you much else about it. I'm not pressing that button. You can press button.
I thought we were trying to figure out what the material was, but I'll take it. Like,
CJ just being disruptive.
Anyway, have a good day. If you press button, make sure you press it far away from me.
so tempted to like throw it at the shop and hope the button presses it. Just so tempted. I'm gonna walk away peacefully for now.
For now. Anybody else have some morning things to take care of?
When we arrived at the inn, is he back from his thing?
When I get back to the inn, I'd like to check on my bee and the figurine.
The bee and the figurine in the box?
Yeah, with the like forever spinning figurine.
You open up the box, and it looks like the bee is attempting to dance with the figurine.
Yeah!
He looks
Bee
up,
building.
he looks up to you, and you get the sense that he's thinking, I got bored.
Or I'm really
You do you! I just close it back up. Actually, no. Do I have anything?
I got bored.
I would like to. I have a jar for my my bag of unmet needs. I'm gonna put that bee just for now in that jar, just very lightly sealed so he doesn't, for some reason, suffocate him. Even though bees don't really need much of any oxygen. Put a different bee with the forever turning figurine.
Is it from the same bag, or like is it
Same
is it
bag.
a bumblebee still?
Bumblebee.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, and close it back up. Go about my day. I'm building. We'll see. See where it goes.
Alright. Are you back at the end then?
Yes.
Okay, well everybody meets up back there.
Did you go check out the figurine thing?
Yeah, it was. They called it erectrum.
Erectrum.
Erectrum. I don't understand.
Can I like try to understand what he's saying?
Yes, you can attempt to translate English.
Alright, what do I need?
I guess, what would you think that is, Gerard?
That'd be super
Probably
high.
just intelligence, honestly.
Just intelligence?
Yeah, just roll raw intelligence.
6. Oof.
Is that total or modified?
Modified.
Trash.
Yeah, you hear it in the back of your head as erectum.
So now that like I have time and I'm repeating it, I'd actually like to attempt to
Yeah.
recognize it myself. 17 plus intelligence.
Yeah, you know what he's talking about. It was electrum.
Okay, well I got modified 20. Okay.
Erectrum.
And then I say, oh, shit! You meant electrum.
Oh, okay.
You know that coin that they faced? Wait, how old are you?
I'm 24.
You don't know shit. When you were around, they had a coin called electrum. It's old shit. That's it. That's all it is. Nobody uses it anymore.
I suppose you would have actually like realized it was something, but just not what it was exactly, considering it's been like 300 years since they've been in circulation.
Yeah, I just assumed it was in circulation at some point.
Anyways, anybody else? Or are we all just gonna make our way to Rockshaw's Island now?
I think we're taking a drink break. Toast,
There's any store with any magical or enchanted items that I can peruse?
Outside of the black market now.
I'll see if there's some figurines. Oh, he doesn't know. Okay. Are there any figurine shops?
Hey boy.
Okay.
Guess not fucking around.
Jesus.
What's your favorite
Did you even close it, you cuck?
It was open wide.
I've lived alone on a farm for over 100 years. I don't play games.
You never played a game.
Not since I was.
He just plays with his chickens.
That's for myself.
I hope he doesn't.
So that's pretty much it. I haven't, like, he hasn't done anything in years, like hundreds of years. Because he's like 350.
Okay. If you ever want to play one of their figurine games, feel free to hit me up.
Alright. So since none of you seem to have other things.
I'd actually. What do you do with figurines?
Okay. Essentially what you do, you'll put them down, and I'll introduce like different story elements, and you'll role play as the character of your figurine. You can buy an assortment, I make and sell them, and then I like roll a die to determine different factors of what does and what does not happen in the story. But it's kind of like an imagination game.
GM, are we about to have a game within a game?
You are not going to play Dungeons and Dragons inside of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, I was
At
like
least
verifying
not
how
there.
deep we were going into this.
You guys can take like a. You guys can like say that you guys played D&D for 5 minutes inside of this, but I'm not going to like actually allow you to play out Dungeons and Dragons inside of Dungeons and Dragons.
The only thing I was
We're
trying to
not,
do.
we're not doing that Inception shit here.
The only thing I was trying to do is well, that's metagame stuff.
I wonder if you could train beetles and bees to play chess.
Maybe we'll find a chessboard. Okay, well then, I just don't find any interest in. Just kind of go on, waiting for the rest of them.
Alright. Well, since nobody else here has anything they gotta do, you guys just make your way to the station. The Okie there in his nice blue suit says, "Okay, where would you like go?" I love that you guys are loving this.
Should we? I feel like we really should start having to roll like half the time at least for what they're saying. Because like, of course we get it. That's weird shit though.
I'm not gonna make you do that.
I'm supposed to be driven on me.
Well, shit.
God almighty.
I'm not in charge. Hey, what's your name?
Xavier.
You're the one. Well, no, like that's my character, like straight up, like, who the fuck you are? You're in charge.
Are we at a boat dock?
You're right. No, I am in charge.
It's a
Fuck off.
Anyways,
it's the train station.
Oh.
we are headed to Rakshasa Island.
Okay. Rakshasa Island. Travel there costs 5 gold.
Do you have
We don't want to go to Ireland.
Are you making fun of me, sir?
No, I'm just confused.
I will bring dishonor to your family
What's Ireland?
Why would you dishonor my family? That's.
because you make fun of me.
He's
I
the
did
son
not.
of a
I was
god.
confused.
Don't do that.
That's gonna be good. Well, I mean, he says
Do you know who you're
dishonor
talking
his
to?
family.
You cannot dishonor God.
Yeah, that's more or less where I was going.
Fine then.
We are headed to Rakshasa.
Okay. 5 gold.
For
For
all
all
of us?
No, per ticket.
Oh, do you sell any like little
No.
trinket figurines?
We sell train tickets.
With the
If you want tea or crumpets, you have to buy them on train.
with the local or the recent events of
Concession.
the train wreck,
Concession.
would there be a chance
Like that.
that the train? What company owns the train? Is it just federally owned?
I've got a name for
Is
them.
there a federal
Okay.
government?
There is
there?
an African country.
Yeah, no, it's like the Midwest or it's just state law, boy.
I mean, even when Midwest was around, there were train companies that owned it. There were very few federally owned trains.
I'm just looking at this list of things that I had ready for you guys to do that just didn't happen because you guys killed the king in the first session.
Yeah, Jet.
Yeah,
Don't say you guys.
he killed himself. It was
You
actually
let that happen, God.
Damn.
By God.
I didn't hand him the poison apples.
You let them
You know what they had?
I think you ate them though.
Ouch.
called spike railways.
So, does my character know this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this is common knowledge.
With the recent events of the train wreck on this island,
Says
is on this one or is it on the last one?
No, that was Ophis. You're on right.
On Ophis, has Stake, you said? Stake
Spike.
Rail- or Spike. Spike.
Steak.
Has Spike Rails considered, or would they consider, hiring guards?
We already have guards.
I mean, my point stands. They weren't enough.
You have a point.
What's his point?
Like,
Spike
they
is-
should have guards on their trains. They have guards, but they're weak enough where
Friend,
they.
I believe he's just a worker. I don't think he makes a decision.
He's kind of above my pay grade.
Probably above your
Who-
accent.
You should
Who would
ask for
have
his
this
manager.
authority?
Show me your manager.
Well, Julie, if you have a direct question, I suggest speaking to Spike Indranium. He is owner of company.
Is
He
he on
also
that?
live on Rakshasa Island.
Oh,
Just continually
Jesus
listen.
Christ.
So we all know how we're going to, or where we're at. The one we're at, or the one we're going to.
The one you're going to.
Obviously.
Rakshasa are the tiger people.
Okay.
Riden Island is the Onis. Or in this case,
Oh.
Okies.
They're the place that had the golems.
They're probably not gonna be here now.
Hopefully
No,
not.
they will be, but they're not buying any of those bitches.
Yeah, I was about to say those were broken.
They were fun.
They were. They were broken as fuck though.
It's a good thing you only bought them like a session before the game ended.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good thing we're
Can I
only
plan
a
a
few
ship that's
sessions
onto the
before
train?
the game.
I'm not giving you gold.
Oh.
Can I plan our ships slow way less onto the
You wouldn't plane or shift because we're staying on the same planet. We would just teleport. Also,
What did you say?
I just realized
you
that
can
it's something
ask
I need
me
to take care of.
if you were to ask my character
Absolutely.
type,
Oh, you have to.
which is that what you were doing?
Really?
Yes.
Toko.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
would not stow away on the
I
train.
can't hear you right now, Matt. You're kind of quiet.
I just realized I have something that I need to take care of, and I'm gonna end the session. You guys can keep going.
Okay.
You have homework due, Matt? Not doing your homework due at midnight?
Best of luck on your homework.
Those really.
Anyways, so are you guys on your way?
Are we
Or
gonna
wait, you're
He was
still
talking to me
talking
about
about
Yeah, I'm
teleporting.
still.
He would.
If they have anything to do that, I'm still thinking.
Can I plan a ship that's to the rock shop or space?
You could teleport. I don't think plane shift works like that. I think it has to be a different plane. doesn't it?
I believe so.
It's a different
I
time.
guess you want to read it.
I have.
I would like to offer. Is
Yeah,
the
they-
person we're talking to just the person who gives out tickets?
Different plane of existence.
Yeah.
You can specify a
I'd
target
like
station
to
general terms such as the city of
offer.
Brass Comet plane for fire.
What if
The cost of disaster.
you give me free pass onto this train, and I take that directly to who's the guy in charge?
Spike Indranil.
So I take this idea to Spike Indranil. If it goes well, I will give you exclusive credit.
So we should go to the 9 levels.
Possibly a promotion, possibly pay raise, possibly credit for the idea. If it goes poorly, I will take responsibility as a customer.
Okay, I give you a free ticket.
Woo!
Everybody else have to pay.
Wait, what did you say, Dave?
I gave him the idea if I'll bring the idea of guards to the guy in charge of the next island
Oh,
for a
okay.
free ticket.
Oh, okay.
I got a free
For
ticket.
5 fucking gold, you're gonna go do the. You're gonna go take care of those little side missions.
Who says I'm gonna do it?
That is a point. That is a point.
Huh.
That is.
Can I roll a perception to see what this guy really cares about so I can see if I
That's
can
inside.
That's insane.
I don't give a fuck, I got that too.
Then roll insight.
Give me the dice. There's dice right here. 7
He left his pizza.
plus. Yeah, he always. 7 plus.
Anybody want the pizza? Cause I'm
I'll
not gonna
take
eat
it.
it.
That's good
I
pizza.
won't eat it.
All right. Well,
Did you want some? You said.
I'm not hungry right now, but
Just eat
So
it.
They want us one slice. I think
there's
they're
4
like-
slices
Taco
left.
Bell.
Yeah.
Shut up, I know what I said.
There's 4 slices left. So.
I'll just pay 5 gold. I'm not sure why we're being so stingy.
I got
I don't
20.
have the gold.
I got 20.
I'll cover your
Alright.
passage.
Many thanks for Shanks. All in
Oh.
sales upon
Cassie, do you want pepperoni pizza?
for fame.
Yes or no?
Let's see.
It's good pizza. It's like DiGiorno.
This is wrong.
I know what
It's
I'll
on
do.
delivery.
It's not delivery.
Hey, I rolled, so, what's your turn? Okay. I rolled a 20. Perception to see what he cares about, so I got to spend a long way on this, right?
Give me an insight.
Insight.
All he wants to do is go home and get drunk.
Where's his house? Is his house here or
Where is his house?
Yeah, he lives
It's like check lets me know this nigga's address.
No, no. Like, is he a local or is he on the other?
You got a nat 20, so I'll just let it fly.
I was gonna get anyway, I tell him I'll buy him a drink when we get there in place 17. I'll buy him a good drink.
I'm gonna be on another goddamn island.
Like,
I will be on a different island.
I'll buy you a drink on the train.
I won't be on
Yes,
the train.
this thing is
I
so
sell you a
sick.
ticket.
Oh, he's on this side. I'll
Yes.
buy you a drink right now.
Yeah, just give me the money for a drink.
How much is a drink?
I don't know.
Do we have any liquor? That was the last thing we
That was the last
Yeah, there was
thing.
last
we
thing.
had a lot of liquor. Can I make
Wait.
liquor?
Did we take any from the temple?
Hold on.
Weed.
Do you have brewing
beer.
tools?
I have herbalist too. I don't have brewery.
I don't think you can do it without a brewery.
I didn't say I was gonna. Fuck liquor. You really want to forget your day? I asked you a question, sir. Kind
All
of.
the weed is back.
What
Yes,
are you
weed.
suggesting? What are you suggesting?
Inhalable beer, inhalable liquor, essentially.
So opium has been banned for 20 years.
Did I say injectable?
I don't know, man. They didn't always inject opium.
Opioids.
Oh, opium.
Nigga.
Anyways, heroin.
Alright, what do you do next?
It's not an opioid. It's legal.
Okay, what are you doing?
He didn't say
What am
opioid.
I
What
doing?
are you suggesting?
A good time. What do you mean?
He's trying to offer you weed.
I hate weed. It grows in my garden.
Not plural.
He's trying to get you high
On live.
on that vine,
Very expensive
on
strain.
that grass, that green
That
blue
$20 per gram.
This is a dub. Ticket's worth $5. This is a dub. That's 20 farmers lifetime rolled up right here, my guy.
I do not know what dub is.
20.
I feel like a farmer's lifetime really
When me and CJ bring drunks into the fucking video, or D&D.
I wouldn't be surprised. They brought Mad Max into Dead Sun.
I give you a dime, man.
What is this dime?
This is worth 20. This one's worth 10. This will change your night. This will change your life. You see what I'm saying?
Can I have both and give you a ticket?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Be very careful with these.
I've already boarded the train.
We're not worried about you. How'd you get on?
I pay first.
Oh,
Pass
shit!
We're just trying to get through the fucking door, goddammit. I just love how like everything takes like an hour for us to do.
$30.
Oh,
Could've got so many train
who's still standing here?
No one. We're
This
all
is you.
gone. Just you.
I'm the only nigga
Yes,
here.
get on the
Pay
train.
your 5 fucking gold and get a ticket.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta get my goal. I'm gonna walk somewhere where I think I'm out of sight.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Pull out of your ass?
Now I can do this as a bonus action because I'm at a certain level. I make the little like duplicate nigga.
Okay.
Okay. Duplicate nigga. Here's the plan.
Say duplicate.
Go up to him and just like be distracting.
Why don't you just ask us to distract him?
You're
Well,
on the
nigga's
train.
already on
Wait,
the train.
did he look like you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
So duplicate nigga.
What's the point of
I'm
that?
gonna have them go up to them.
Is it just you but darker?
It's not darker. Just oh,
Say
'cause it's
duplicate
nigga.
nigga.
It-
Colin, no, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It just looks like.
Jesus Christ.
Classic demonetized
You
now.
didn't say Nigerian duplicate.
I just.
My Wakanda duplicate.
What is my life?
What is my life?
Improved
Wow,
by my
that's
presence.
It just looks like.
Okay.
Oh, God, that's
So I'm gonna have it like go up to him and like wave and shit, do a little
And shit on the
dance.
floor.
Man, they
Put
don't
on
go
panties.
see my ticket.
While that's going on, I'm gonna try to sneak my ass onto this train.
Just your ass.
Gods!
Whoa!
Gods!
Wait,
Get this woman off
we don't
of
need
my
to
train
roll
station.
for it.
He's talking about the duplicate.
No, me.
He's
Like,
talking-
while that's happening. Oh,
You're
guards for the
stupid.
Oh.
You're
Yeah,
shitting
that's
on the
great.
floor. Yeah, he's calling the guards.
Okay.
Somebody get this
Am I
nigga.
making
Wait,
it?
no, I'm showing around the screen. Hey, you too. He was fine.
Wait a minute, that's you.
Freaks the fuck out, draws attention.
Gotta
Why are you no good
roll
at
a
your
sneak
quick check?
roll a sneak
Can I roll?
Stealth check, my bad.
which is wisdom.
Dexterity.
No.
Dex, what the
Oh,
hell?
it's dex.
How wise
I'm
are you?
wise enough to fucking tiptoe my
Yeah,
ass
this
across.
is why we need to play
16.
D&D more.
16. Alright, nobody notices you.
Ballin'.
Until you shot it. Wait, can I roll first?
You think you're in one of your games while you're just in real life because you make games?
You get on the train,
Oh, shit.
you all take seats, nice and comfy,
Thank you.
nice leather interior.
I have a seat built onto my ass. I got fur.
Do any of the guards try to hit it? I can see through it. Like I can perceive
Hit
through
what?
the other one.
They like knocked you to the ground and started kicking it.
Oh, if they hit it, it's gonna blow up. That's
What?
just how it works. That's
Okay.
Police brutality.
Yeah, they shouldn't have tried to police brutality. They have to do
Leave.
they have to do an intelligence saving throw or
Police
take
brutality.
2 plus 15.
So it explodes no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What do I have?
Why is this
What's
so
your
deep?
spell save?
Yeah, spell save DC.
I just wanted to write the train.
Damn.
Now I have to be mad at this guy.
I didn't tell them to police brutality my ass.
You stole it.
But you
stole a
used
train
an
ride.
ability that would explode.
It's 15. Also, you don't know.
They,
It
they
was like
beat it.
They beat it, they take half damage.
They beat it. Before the train starts moving, you all hear an explosion and a bunch of people start freaking out. Stop the train!
You-
Stop the train!
Why
Terrorist
are you
attack!
suicide bomber?
Terrorist attack!
Why
Terrorist attack. What have you
What
done?
is Cantonese man? Terrorist attack.
8 plus 4, 12 plus 15.
Did you say Cantonese?
I said Cantonese man, not Mexican.
27 half.
Wait, what are you rolling?
2d10 plus 8, they take half if they make it.
Okay, they take half that damage. Okay,
It's still a
fine.
terrorist attack, nigga. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Evacuate the train!
Oh,
Get the people to safety!
And they gonna see your dumb ass walking out again.
I'll stand up
Okay.
and I'll go to the control room. It's not a cockpit.
Not a cockpit at all.
Where are trains?
The engine at the front of the train?
I'll
The
go
engine
there.
room, baby.
Okay.
Because it's a cowboy.
Yeah.
It's a cowboy.
I'll go to the engine room.
Okay.
What's inside?
Stealing this train?
There,
Kind of took
there's
over
a
the last
conductor
one.
who looks really agitated. He's got his revolver out, like ready to shoot something.
That's
You! Are you terrorist?
This is not a.
Why is he also Cantonese? Because I said y'all terrorists outside. He got me his job.
Why does the conductor have a pistol?
Because everybody has a pistol.
This is Colin Witt's Old West. Everybody has guns. Everybody's gorgeous. Everybody's got
When
horns.
boys
Everyone has
reaching
an
for a
accent.
gun
Everyone's horny.
and a sword.
People
at the
think it's
same
okay to wear chaps. Like, it's not
I'll
normal.
Cast dominate person on conductor.
Okay, you cast dominate person on conductor.
I tell him to start the train.
Do your job, bitch.
Okay. Turns around and he starts the train going.
What level is that?
5th level.
Oh, damn.
You hear from outside, wait! Don't go! There are terrorists! They could be on the train!
He does his best to obey.
I really gotta
He's
get my
like-
cousin.
And then I tell him to put the gun away and to relax.
Okay.
I guess that's not my cousin.
So every 6 seconds, for the next minute, I guess he can try to break out of it. It has a DC of 20 for wisdom.
He's not gonna be there.
Okay, so for a minute we're just in here chilling as the train takes off.
Yeah.
So how are you?
Do you have family?
That was my cousin. I'm sorry.
I trust pie. But I don't feel upset about it for some reason.
I'm hardly calm.
This is the fun of X-Men.
He's smiling.
Alright,
He's
so
still alive.
yeah, you all
Yeah.
just have no idea what's going on, and there are a bunch of civilians just screaming at the top
Are you
of their
gonna
lungs
fucking say
inside the
anything?
car.
This is your fault.
This is your fault.
He's just sitting there after this explosion like,
Fucking elevator music playing in
Completely
your head.
straight face.
None of you
Right.
niggas know it was me.
oh, you an asshole.
I'm not
We
saying
all got on the
shit.
train,
and you
and
were
then
all
you
in
were
blood.
not on the train,
I got on the
and
train
then you got on the train and shit.
before the explosion.
But that's exactly when shit went down.
Okay, I
No,
I'm gonna
So
ask
just
you.
because I'm the last nigga on
Yes.
the train,
Yes,
I must
that's
be a
exactly.
terrorist.
We're seasoned adventurers, but we know better.
Inside rolling, what the fuck just happened outside?
Plus, there's like an aura about you that reminds us all of Swag's one.
Probably.
Smug aura.
It's probably from watching you play your games.
I'm just going to like, henceforth, any campaign I GM, you are going to have the grimy Nigerian feet, and everybody is going to know that you act like particular people. Like, everybody's going to know, you know, this reminds me of some guy named Swags on. By the way, who's Swags on?
Bitch.
Just remember him being despicable.
Alright, now what happened?
Well, again, you guys are kind of just in a train car with a bunch of screaming, terrified people.
They didn't evacuate the train. I just took this whole train hostage.
Wait, I can solve this, even though I shouldn't have to solve this.
I'm gonna turn
No,
into
no,
a puppy.
definitely not.
It's always other people who have to solve it. It's never the person who causes the
I'm
problem.
gonna stand up. Everybody get out your Bibles.
Alright, man, what?
It's that time over, Richard!
That also sounds like a weirdly
Confucius.
terrorist statement.
Well, it was time for their religion, apparently, so it should be time for ours.
How many,
Wow.
about how many people on the train, Colin?
Like 20 people.
Well, that sounds like a lot of spellcasting. Oh, man.
Dominated.
I'm just gonna go to a part of the train.
person for all of them.
I'm just gonna go.
Dumb.
You're in the engine room. You don't
Yeah.
hear the screaming.
No,
You're not worried. I'm gonna go
I
up
mean,
to
you
the
can
engine
hear
room.
like muffled screaming from like through several walls.
I don't know. There's a fucking train engine right in front of us.
That is also true.
I'm gonna go to the train engine because I'd rather hear that than fucking
Me
scream.
too,
Okay.
shit. Y'all
I
shut
would like
up.
to use.
All
How
right.
many train cars are there?
Hmm?
How many train cars?
We're gonna cut off the
You're trying to
civilians.
silence the train.
You got the engine,
Yeah.
you got the car that's full of the coal, and you got 2 spares. Well, 2 passenger cars.
Okay, in the 2 passenger carts, I would like to use hypnotic pattern.
I'm ready for it.
Hypnotic what?
A hypnotic pattern. What it
What
does is you create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air in a 30-foot cube. I assume the cars aren't like 40 or 50 feet long.
They're not substantially big.
Okay. Pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed.
I'm just gonna assume that none of these people are wise enough to beat that. I'm not gonna roll 40 dice.
Literally, all I'm doing is calming them the fuck down.
Okay.
Because I don't
How
want
long
to hear
does
it.
that spell last? 1 minute?
This is not combat.
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Yep, combat spells all last a minute.
Yeah, so in
You have
60
that
seconds,
pick for a minute.
you're like, wait a minute.
All I do is just calm them down. That's all I'm doing.
Alright.
You can talk
So,
to citizens, right?
one of them, this old oaky man, starts scratching the top of his head and says, "Yeah, you know what? I know there are terrorists attacking us, but you know what? I'm cool with it."
Can we convince them that it's chill while they're not screaming, so that way when they're freaking out, they're not freaking out?
I suppose you guys could make like a group persuasion check.
Y'all
Convince them like there's fireworks. Some event was going on, they just forgot about. The entire train forgot about.
I don't know. Yeah, like all of you who are in the cart right now, roll like a combined persuasion check.
If you
Just
want me
take,
to
like,
make
the average
a
of the
persuasion
highest or
check
something.
for the
Yeah, you
engineer?
can make it for the engineer.
I'm here with you, so.
I'm here with them.
Is it
18,
persuasion
and
or
then plus
deception?
Persuasion, you're persuading them. They're not.
There is no terrorist attack, so you're not just deceiving them.
Yeah,
That'd be-
True, actually, yeah.
Unless you're a fucking
So,
terrorist.
he is a fucking
23.
He
Are you gonna roll
Yeah.
2?
That's just his power. I don't know.
Are you gonna roll 2?
I'm in the engine room.
Yeah, I would have went for it when he went for it.
Alright. They get it. Okay.
26.
26.
Then
He's
I'm
like,
really good.
oh, okay. Whatever.
Go some
As long as I get paid.
Not a car, Colin.
I also got 28.
I don't know.
I guess.
He's just shaking his arms around.
Put your hands on the wheels of change.
I wish one fucking time you guys could get on a train without an incident.
We almost
They
did.
shouldn't have police brutality.
It's someone just-
It's not a verdict.
No, that was somebody.
I've been
here,
attacked by
like,
police
putting something
brutality.
out.
Alright.
Police
Police
brutality.
Orange brutality.
How I'm being brutalized.
Try them Mongolian. Go ahead,
Damn you,
No,
Mongolian!
can't
Stop beating up my shitty train.
What? Not Cantonese?
Can't sneeze the Mongol.
No, the Mongols are the bad guys.
Yeah,
The
the
Cantonese are the Chinese.
I
Keep
see
out.
what you're
The
saying.
Mongols are the terrorists.
Yes.
Yeah. You did say that she was tan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mongols are pretty
Pretty tan.
tan.
They also eat a lot of beef.
Thanks.
So much, in fact, that there's beef named after them.
Mongolian beef is a thing.
That's a lot of cock.
That's CJ's mom also eats a lot of beef.
Shit like that. I was like, I'm always about cock and just like.
This is how me and CJ bond.
Okay, so you guys are just on this train for a while.
Caucasian? That's hilarious, Jet. That's all black.
So once the conductor is in a state of calm,
That's very offensive.
Rashik leaves the engine room and he sits down to where Lucia.
Lucio.
That's a man. Lucio's a
Lucio.
man.
On your way out, I'm gonna suggest you sleep while we're on the
Lucia.
Like
train.
my parents.
Blame my parents.
How long is the trip?
It's not
You blame your parents.
4 hours.
Oh, okay. It's not long
Yeah,
enough for.
he'll sit down and he'll say,
So, what went wrong?
I don't know.
My man.
Deception.
Expertise on deception.
Are you gonna like make an
Okay, dog,
insight
you
check
think
against
yeah,
that?
I will.
Okay, I get plus 10. What else is
How do you have expertise? You're not a rogue.
Because
You took a feed.
I took a feat.
Okay.
What is the normal thing for it?
What?
Like the normal add-on.
What do
Expertise
you
is
normally add
is
on?
adding your modifier twice. Your proficiency.
Your proficiency,
Right.
are you the same level as us?
I'm like, what stat is it? I'm under you guys.
You are
I'm
one level beneath.
I'm
He is
level
one level
Deception
beneath.
is
all.
charisma.
Charisma, thank you. So it's plus 11 to whatever I roll.
Shouldn't it be?
Wait,
more?
no.
No.
If you have
Yeah.
expertise, you
It's
Yeah.
don't.
proficiency twice for 10.
Plus
plus
your
his-
modifier. Yeah.
Why did you take Why did you take?
Oh, your modifier's only plus 1.
Right.
Okay,
What
so
did you roll?
So it's 15 plus 11, so 26.
Holy yeah, man.
So I gotta roll a 16 or higher.
What?
But you're a cleric.
It's not 16 or higher. That's an 8. Alright, 18 doesn't get there.
okay. Does anybody else want to?
Also, season.
No, I just have a proficiency bonus of 5 and a.
That's a
wisdom
high
What
bonus.
were we doing? Insight or what? Investigation?
He was just doing
Actually,
What?
since Gerard's character wouldn't trust you to begin with, I'm gonna give him a 10-point bonus.
That's dope.
Oh.
I like that.
I guess that 18 turns to 28.
Bitch.
It's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Kills.
I mean,
kills
you're a
Jesse.
shit.
Boy.
The first time you killed a PC.
With blight, that's me.
I'm still in the engine.
I'm not gonna actually letting you.
He just knows that you're full of shit.
I don't know that he knows.
I'm
that.
gonna enter the train now and walk by you and sit down.
I mean, he made a really good argument for why
I
he
know.
wouldn't believe you.
It just says, please do not start trouble for us. We have dealt with a lot of shit.
Oh, could you tell me more? It could be inspiration for my game.
I'll start to recount all the shit we've dealt with.
Alright.
Starting with the Cult of Braun.
We're gonna go
So
ahead
he's
and
like, can you tell me more? And you're just like, let me spill all the beans.
Yeah.
I don't trust
I
this
don't,
nigga.
I don't
He
know.
just lied to me.
I'd be like, this dude needs to just shut up right now.
Okay, it takes you 4 hours to recount all the
Oh my
information.
god.
How long is the train ride?
It takes
4
you
hours.
session.
Conveniently the same time.
I was not there.
Okay.
I was not
Unless you want to do something else on the
So
train.
he made a god?
And
I
then
guess
I
take-
threw him into the abyss and killed him.
I guess look around and see
It was
what
very
I
treacherous.
noticed from
I
There
just
are
think
like
we
a
went out
lot-
and start listening.
Are you
and
still in the
enjoying
engine
it.
room?
No, I walked out to the engine room to go confront her.
Oh, okay.
Which
Wait,
well,
never
yeah, you
happened
just
to
gotta-
my friend
in the
if you
engine
do
room
not
to begin
straighten
with.
yourself.
Oh,
No, you weren't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I followed him.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I guess we're in an engine room. Sorry.
Yeah,
What do I notice along the train? Like, as we're driving?
People.
Do I just need to make an investigation?
Wait, along what?
Just as while we're driving.
It would be
do I notice
perception.
anything?
Over water.
I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah,
I mean,
roll.
last time there was a kraken.
Rover. That cracking was kind of because Bai
Also kind of-
got thrown into the
Other
ocean.
environmental
It's
thing.
like trash.
You see the Kraken again. Torturing some
Oh wait, you, Claire, you're not trash. You go. The rest of you, slap. Yeet.
I suppose make a perception check.
4 plus.
You actually think that you're
9.
banned?
So you killed
9,
4
10.
plus 9?
9 total.
Oh, 9 total?
It was the right thing.
I don't
to
know,
do.
you see some whales breaching or something.
Preach.
Do you have a problem with the killing of people if it necessitates a better result for the rest of us?
What was his like goal by that point?
Chaos.
Chaotic evil.
What he had done
Chaotic weave.
endangered everyone.
But wasn't that what he was trying to do the whole time?
We did not know until it happened.
That he was gonna make a god. I thought, based on the earlier parts of the story, it sounds like
How many people in the world actually think you would manage to build a god out of a bunch of scrap?
it was the whole thing he wanted to do.
Making a god.
They thought he was crazy.
So fucking meta.
I feel like I should so just be behind this random guy that I never knew that they decided to kill.
You don't sound like a pretty
It's
stand-up
almost
guy.
like there's like a swags on thing going on here. Swags on back, he's just a little under more annoying.
And also female for some reason.
I would fuck that.
Yes. Swags on never died, he just got a sex change.
He's great. She's crazy. I bet she's great.
She's a DJ now.
Shut up.
Wiki.
Sad. I'm so sad.
What happens next, guys?
4 hours pass on the train.
Okay.
You eventually see desert. It gets really hot.
Yeah.
You occasionally see like skeletons just walking around in the desert minding their own business.
Skeletons.
Yeah, skeletons and other undead.
Skeletons. Oh, I can start destroying undead. Here we go.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Goblin Slayer? Jesus Christ.
Why are you destroying undead?
Because I can.
Just for shits and gigs? Are you just
You did perish.
You're just gonna like stick your hand out and just like start.
Not
shooting
actually.
spells. Okay.
That's a waste of
Yeah. Besides, it doesn't look like they're bothering anything.
jumps off train?
There's occasionally like undead that walk in front of the train tracks and it just gets splattered everywhere.
The only good undead's undead.
Shut
It's
up.
dead
A
undead.
dead undead.
You're hurting me.
Is that a double negative?
Only good undead is permadead.
Yeah.
Is perma-dead undead?
Cows.
What? Okay.
Do we see cows?
Yes,
Undead
undead
cows.
cows.
Oh, man, they can't make milk. Worthless.
I don't know, they make like green rotten milk.
That's
more than worthless.
more than worthless.
It
Just
smells.
feed that to their young.
I don't, zombies don't reproduce, they also
Why
don't
do they
make milk.
Yeah.
They're just leaking. What the fuck?
They're just leaking, there you go.
DJ.
Stop.
Fuck off, Jack! Oh. Alright, so eventually you guys make your way along. You eventually find these sandstone buildings lining everywhere, and you get to the new train station. The train's whistle goes off, and you hear, "All departing for Rakshasa Island, Rakshasa City."
Why is he so
He's not gonna just change his accent because he's on a new island.
I thought he was the ticket guy.
They all sound like that.
That's the
This
Oki.
is the nigga who drove us.
They either sound Cantonese, Chinese, or Japanese when I can figure out how to make a Japanese
Avery
accent.
thought we arrived at the station and the station announced it.
I was like, what the
He was
fuck?
like, yeah.
Can't get away from these.
It's just the driver.
Alright, so you get off of the train and you are greeted by a new ticket teller. He says, "Ah, welcome friends. May I have your tickets?
What is he? Where are you from, friend?
I am Rakshasa."
I actually want to make a persuasion roll on him and.
Yeah, he's got a tiger face. You got a ticket. Like he
Oh, he
gave
gave
you
me.
a
I thought you
ticket.
just like said go and didn't like give me a ticket.
He gave everybody a ticket but this guy.
Sweet.
So- So you just have to hand him your ticket.
I was gonna have
again,
to chance him.
He's a fairly tall guy, pretty muscular. He's got a tiger for a head, like a tiger's head.
He's got a full body tiger for a
His head is just one old tiger.
Is he a Bengal tiger?
Emphasis on bang.
Oh, okay.
Ears go back. Xavier walks away.
Anyways, yeah.
D&D.
Do you sell
That was a good
forest figurines?
That just not
You don't even
that just gift shop.
you
May
don't
I have
even-
your ticket, ma'am?
Oh, one moment. Must have left it in the train.
You are not leaving here without ticket.
Holy shit!
So combative.
Yo, you got on train, they gave you ticket before you got on train. You get off train, you should have ticket with you. This is how train works. Give me your ticket.
Yes.
I'll cast Dominate Person on him too.
You realize that basically it's just Gerard constantly picking up.
And then I'll just tell him to walk away as far from us as he can. And then
The
that time,
Ticketmaster?
yes. I don't have. Oh, wait.
The guy taking the ticket.
I have a ticket. Never mind. I don't do any of that. I give him my ticket stuff.
I'd like to use Subtle Spell,
Oh.
because do I notice this going on?
We're going to get all of you out before him.
So
You
do I
all-
notice?
He's like, no one can tell
I really want to fuck Jet right now.
Oh,
You-
man.
Do I
He
hear this?
takes your ticket back. You all pass through the line. Then you have Lucio come up and have this conversation with the Ticketmaster.
So, but do I hear him?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
the Rakshasa is very clearly upset. Look, ma'am, you must have tickets. You had a ticket when you came on. Just give me the ticket.
So all I'm going to do is call Subtle Spell and do Fog Cloud right where they both stand. That's all I'm doing.
Is there anything?
All it does is create a 20-foot radius, so 40-foot diameter circle of fog. See what you do with it.
It's like thick fog that you can't see.
Yeah, you can't see through it.
Somebody's gonna stream. Terrorist attack!
That's hilarious.
bonus action. Extra nigga.
What?
Right? The person who looks like me, like the dream form
He's
thing.
using duplicate again.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like
Oh,
duck
when the
up.
fog clears. When the fog gathers. No, when the fog gathers.
Okay.
Is it
Strange
fog?
one to accompany
It's
us,
fog
there's
and it
been
lasts
weird
1 hour
happenings.
unless a wind of 10 miles per hour or more
Alright.
comes by.
When the fog gathers, you can hear what sounds like somebody taking a deep breath. And then it releases. And the fog clears. And he sees two of you standing in front of him.
Rashink.
Imposter!
Wait!
Did you steal my ticket?
You hear a hammer on a revolver pulled back. You think you are the first person to try this?
Did you steal my ticket?
I'll kill you, my friend.
I motion at the double, but
What is your?
the double is looking around like, what?
I'll just shoot you both. He pulls out another revolver and pulls the hammer back.
Why is
Oh,
he dual wielding?
Because he's a fucking cowboy.
Pulling the hammer back just makes it a
Yeehaw,
Man,
motherfucker.
what the fuck?
What's your AC?
What's my
Oh
AC?
shit!
Fuck.
Rest in peace.
My AC
Lowest hell.
is 12, but
Oh.
I have well, fuck. He's shooting at both of us. Yes, I have a thing. I could have sworn I
I
had a
think
thing.
it'd be best if
Your AC
Yeah.
is 12.
It shares your
I
AC.
bet not.
It's immune to psychic
I'll
damage.
go find some more giant elk.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Wait.
Does anybody? Oh wait, I have the stats for the
At
roll.
level 6,
I'm
just gonna walk
when
away.
you're about to
We
take
already all got shit.
Yeah, like now that this happened, I'm just walking off.
I
I gave him a chance.
I
You
would
didn't take
follow
it up.
Xavier, but I have told her our journey.
What would
I
harm
can
her?
spend a mentality point.
Or no?
So at level 6 as a reaction to when you're about to take damage, you may spend 1 mentality point to summon your dream form in your space, and you teleport to a space adjacent without provoking an opportunity attack or taking damage.
Okay.
It was a clone!
You teleport. He shoots your clone explodes.
Fucking.
Right.
How much damage are you gonna take?
It hurts my enemies.
It hurt.
You might be.
You get shot before you teleport.
X-Files.
Oh, the whole point is to not get shot as a reaction.
He just wants
You're
to-
freaking out and trying to tell him that this is an imposter. You already have a clone. You can have multiple clones.
No. What I did was spend a point to do the zoop as a reaction to like not get hit. My whole point was to try to not get hit. That's all that power does. The thing that spins the point.
Take 20 damage.
Do I still spend the point, or do I just get hit?
No, you don't spend the point.
Okay.
You don't understand that you got to tell me this stuff before you hear he pulls the trigger.
Well, it's a reaction. I
Doing
can't
effect,
to
yeah.
taking damage. Well, it's to not take damage. Is the point.
You take 20 damage in this situation.
Okay, so I don't get to use the power.
Not this time.
Because I mean, with
You
the
don't-
will, it's better.
I'm not just gonna let you like keep fucking up and
Not
in
how
response
it
to fucking up, attempt to fix your problem
It's just too fast.
that you created for yourself.
I mean, it's just how I just had a thing to not get fucked, was what I was saying.
But you put yourself in the situation that you would get fucked multiple times over, and rather than, you know, trying to solve it, you're just trying to run away from it again.
Yep.
And I'm not cool with that. So you're getting shot, take 20 damage. Your clone gets shot, it explodes.
And you're gonna take some more damage for that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get fucked.
How do they have a fucking character power that causes an area of effect explosion that doesn't affect everything around it? Like, you have fucking spells that affect anybody in range, including allies.
Quite a few.
Does it say it doesn't hurt allies?
Oh, like that one spell that's not but the character in the last campaign, he had a tier.
There are some spells.
That had a spell that straight up destroyed everything, like in the village.
Destructive wave?
Destructive wave, and it
At
you
third
could
level,
select
you
what
can
it
use an
destroyed.
action shatter all
Yeah.
your dream
That's-
forms, destroying them. When you do so, enemies within 10 feet must make an intelligence saving throw. On failure, they take. It specifically says enemies within 10 feet. But it also costs a point to like do that. Well, hold on.
It costs
No,
you.
it doesn't cost a point. Because it's
How
just
are
an
you
action.
just randomly making these clones
action
without
or
costing anything?
Well, we're talking about shatter, not the switch thing. But it says you can also choose to have your dream form shatter upon taking damage.
How did you make a duplicate of yourself in the first place?
So,
Without spending a spell slot.
He spins
So-
the mentality point.
so at 11th level, as a bonus action, you can just make them. Before that point,
They don't cost you any material at all.
He's a scientist.
No MP,
It's
no
like
spell slots.
sorcery
Yeah,
points.
see, before 11th
Jesus, like I
level,
have 4 sorcery points.
well, it's before 11th level, you have to spend points. After that, it's like you can now do it as a bonus action and split.
Without spending points.
Without spending.
But the reaction does cost points.
The reaction does cost points, but he was like, you
So
don't
when
get
you
it.
first. Oh wait. To
Yeah, 'cause I
explode does
tried-
it cost points?
No, not to
Okay,
explode, to
But
do
the reaction can still explode.
Yeah, and, well, if he hits it. If the
Right.
thing takes damage, it will.
Right. Okay. I got it. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but he's like, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
This is so
So you didn't spend sorcery points.
It's not that convoluted. He's just like, it doesn't happen.
You made your clone, he shoots you and your clone. Does your clone explode in response?
Yeah, if the clone like gets hit, it explodes.
Does it do damage to the area around it?
Enemies.
Just enemies.
Yeah, it specifically says enemies.
Not the floor, not any adjacent objects.
Because remember, it's like a psychic thing,
Enemies.
anyways. Yeah, so it seems almost like it's of my will in the first place.
What does he have to be?
He has to be a 15. I think.
He does.
Okay, so it only takes half damage. 9 plus 10, so 19 plus 15. So he'll take half of that.
Roughly 16, 17.
That's a powerful explosion bomb. Suicide bomber.
So did you just enter combat with this guy?
Yes.
Essentially.
Oh,
We're gone, so I let.
I'm standing on a sideline.
Well, no, you didn't enter combat. Hang on.
Oh, good. I don't wanna be a part of this.
Hey, also, I'm sorry if I'm ruining your experience. I'm just trying to not die.
Well, you know, we should have found a better way to get on the train.
Like fucking paid, considering you already have the goddamn money.
There are 8 of us, we could have all pitched in one goal for your bitch ass.
Well,
Instead, you'd pull a terrorist attack.
Twice.
I kind of understand like the fact that you would come in sneaking if you were a convoluted character. I mean, I understand that.
Also, if you knew it was gonna blow up, maybe you should have told it to like run when the guards came and not just get its ass beat and blow
Well,
up.
I don't think he realizes.
I didn't think they were gonna hit it.
I don't think he realizes that it said if you choose to on there, because I heard you read it out loud.
You do have a point.
You didn't realize that because you didn't remember, which I understand too. So
Anyways.
it's really not a big deal.
In response to it exploding this time, you look around and there are a horde of Rakshasa guards in identical uniforms with all of their guns trailed on you. The one that got hit by the explosion stands up, fixes his cowboy hat, and points both of his guns at you. I do not appreciate this, sir.
Jet, just a word of advice. You might as well just start a new character sheet. Like, this is
Just
realistic
apologize.
guys.
Or why? Just see where it goes.
He said I don't appreciate it.
I'm
He made me take him to jail instead of murder.
Yeah, he didn't kill anybody. He just hurt a lot of people. He's a dumbass, not a murderer.
hurt one guy. As far
Well,
as he's
so just see where
You
it
heard
is.
all those guys back at the train station that was beating up your clone.
But they don't know.
They don't know
that
that.
yet.
So all you can do is play it out and just role play what you get.
So what do you do in response to having a bunch of guards with guns?
Say sorry.
Uses his clone to commit seppuku and then runs away.
If you're not going to pronounce it correctly, you could have at least called it Sudoku.
Is
Yeah,
it
you don't pronounce it
is it a crowd in
I
front
really
or
don't give a
surrounding?
There's also like a crowd of people on top.
Okay.
You got a tight butthole.
So does your mother. Sick. Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa!
Did you really think I was gonna make? What the fuck? That's the really sad part about that interaction.
Is there a crowd like 30 feet away?
What do you mean 30 feet away?
Like 30 feet, like in front of me, is there still like a big crowd of people?
There's a horde of people looking at you.
Yeah, within 30, like 30 feet, like
You're on a
Just
train
bounce that way.
station.
Wait, the explosion is psychic, so there's no sound.
Oh shit.
You gotta
Where
make sure
does
you
it
read
say
the shit.
that?
It's a psychic based spell. Or
Psychic is like
Psychic
mental.
explosions don't make sound.
Well, I don't know if it's actually an
mental
explosion
damage.
or if it's. Look, can I read it?
Why do they?
so.
It's really spell specific. You have to read it like.
If
Yeah,
I thought
third
this
level.
session was gonna go, if I thought this campaign was gonna go for more than 2 sessions, I wouldn't have let him do this in the first place. But we're halfway down the rabbit hole. Explosions of it. GM rule: if it says explosion, people can hear it.
At third level, you can, as an action, shatter all your dream forms, destroying them. When you do so, enemies within 10 feet must take an intelligence saving throw. It never says explosion. When it said shatter them, that was my thought
You just
process.
assumed it was an explosion.
Is the word shatter capitalized?
Is the word shatter capitalized? In the title of the thing, yes. Within the text, no.
So
Shatter is a spell.
where did you get the?
You always do that. by the way.
Where did you hear explosion?
Shatter is a spell, and it's a
Well-
spell that makes a sonic attack, and it's
Well, the thing that I'm using is not referring to shatter the spell.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says shatter in its description. Explode was how I imagined the thing getting shattered.
I mean, spells
Yeah,
and
it's just-
specifics like that can be kind of hard to like follow.
Okay.
I fuck up on shit a lot too. Though.
Okay.
So
All right. Give me a second.
You look like a mafia member.
Oh, the tracks.
And it's baggy too. So
He's the machine.
he's the ugly machine.
Would you look at that?
I'm the machine.
Okay, I was wondering if that was the one you were talking about.
Okay. We can continue this, Jet.
Uh-huh.
However, we need to keep this clear. Did it actually say explosion?
No, it says shatter.
Okay. There was no explosion. Retcon. There was no explosion, first off. There were just a bunch of guards that got knocked out
That's so
in
much
response to an explosion. This guy got hit by the explosion. He was more powerful than the guards you encountered before. A non-explosion. He was hit by the shatter. He's more powerful than the guards from before. Substantially more powerful. He gets back up. He points his guns at you. There are other guards around you now who are pointing guns at you. There are people around, crowding around.
Even within 30 feet. The 30 feet matters. I have a teleport thing I can do. But if you're like, it's just full, there's no space.
There's crowds of people that aren't even paying attention to you, just walking around. Like this is
This is a public
this is
area.
a populated city, a heavily populated
So
area.
you can teleport into the crowd and just disappear. Sorry for that. Also, you can also be like, I don't know what the fuck. Why? What happened? He doesn't know that you're the cause of his pain,
Yeah, he kind of does
Yeah.
because he made a duplicate.
and he
Of
killed
himself?
it and it hurt him.
Well, remember I was like imposter. I tried to play it off like it wasn't me. Expertise on deception.
And he
I
was
didn't
like,
get a roll.
this isn't the first time I've seen this.
Yeah, how bad people want to be here.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that there's more frugal people out there who just want to like not pay for train tickets.
So if there's like a crowd of people not paying attention who are walking out of the station within 30 feet,
They're not walking out of the station. There's
They're
just
just
people
walking.
walking
It's
around.
a train station.
It is a train station. It is an open air train station. There are people just walking around minding their own
You ever
business.
seen a train station?
They don't even freaking care about this crowd of guards.
So if there are just people walking around, I wouldn't mind teleporting like into like a group of people walking.
You just be careful that you don't get seen doing that.
Do me a favor, the next time I GM a game that you are playing, don't play a character that would rather do this than pay 5 gold for a ticket.
I didn't think it would become
I
this. There's no way I could have predicted that my actions would lead to
this
this
is
moment.
the kind of chaotic shit that you do with all of your characters.
I don't even think it would be that bad.
This is,
Armor
It's
wasn't too
just,
bad.
it's just 5 gold.
how is this not chaotic?
It's chaotic. I'm just saying it's not. It doesn't have to be
The
this.
chaotic alignment, good, neutral, or evil, is sealed off to you if I am GMing henceforth. This character is fine. You can continue being chaotic with this character.
He said, "Oh fuck."
If I GM again,
believe you've done
if I GM again, and your character becomes chaotic, I'm gonna do the mic on you, which is where I drop an upside down mountain on you.
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah.
We
my-
met a guy last night.
He drops
whose
mountains on people
GMs
who
a
he
lot.
doesn't like.
If you do something he doesn't like, he just drops an
Drops down
upside down mountain on top of you that hits nobody but you and leaves nothing but a blood
Yeah.
splatter.
Avery,
What the?
Colin says I can no longer play chaotic characters after this guy. Like, ever.
If
I
I'm
think
GMing,
most of the issue is that he goes too specific into like questioning and stuff like that.
We'll need to
But
go over like how
I understand your character
we'll
development.
do future GMing and everything. We have a few people. And you and I are interested, and I don't know if Gerard maybe.
I'll run a campaign, and I think I know how to like let you be yourself.
you're
but
going to
also
teleport.
be like within the group as well.
Okay,
It'll cost me 2 points.
I'll have to figure that out.
you spend 2 points, you teleport away. The guards see you disappear, they start looking around for you. I need you to make a sneak check. Stealth, whatever. What is the stat? Stealth?
Yes.
Okay, you make a stealth check.
Dexterity.
Fuck. Nice. Oh jeez, Rick.
9.
I'll re-roll that and just leave it in there and look at it inside the bowl.
9.
9. Oh. Okay. Just don't lift up the dice anymore until they've been read.
Okay. I mean, I didn't change it.
I mean, I know. I'm just doing it for the sake of.
Hey, another thing that might help is you have to remember your character. His mission is to get the story of like the group, right?
Mhm.
So you, in order to avoid losing that story, you have to like act within a means that would make sense.
Well, my character's also really deceptive as a thing.
Right. You could be deceptive, but like within confines. You can't like
Terrorist shit.
Okay. You did not beat the
But
check.
then you did mistake the
abilities, so that kind of sucked.
You did not beat the check. They start looking around for you, and they see that you have teleported away. They're going to start chasing you.
Run.
I am going to run. That does make the most
Okay, you start running.
Okay. I have 40 movement speed because I took mobile as a feat. I'm going to
Which is
dash
funny,
action.
'cause
So
that's
I'll
how
get the
people
fuck
He's
out.
such a slimy fuck.
Such a slimy fuck.
And it's hair.
As a
I've heard the term
bonus-
grimy.
As a bonus action, I can make the like dream form thing.
How
I'm
many
gonna
have you
have
spent
wait,
so far?
So remember, now
You
that
have
I'm
to
as
follow.
11, yeah, it's just
You
free
just
to
get
make
to make
the
them
thing.
no matter what.
I'm gonna have that nigga run the other way, but we're both trying to leave.
You made
so
it.
now when he does
you
Do I-
pesky.
this, do I see him make this dream form? I'm
Yeah.
not
That's
seeing.
exactly.
You
what
guys
it
are
is.
in the crowd that he teleported.
So
in.
when he does that, I'm gonna subtle spell one more time.
Oh god.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna message to him and say don't resist, and I'm going to subtle spell and do seeming. I'm gonna make him look just like a random NPC.
I'll trust him.
So he's got a clone going one way, and he's just hey, that means you gotta stop running.
True.
So
They run past you and keep chasing the clone.
Message. Thank you.
All this for
Bullshit
5
again.
fucking gold.
I just wanted to like.
For one of them, no.
Okay, you guys are in Rakshasa City now. It is very much like every other city you've walked around. There are tons of shops everywhere. There are tons of people everywhere. The only difference is these buildings are made out of sandstone, and the majority of the population are Rakshasa. In other words, tiger-headed people.
What do I look like now?
What?
just random NPC up to DM.
You look like a random NPC.
Yeah, you're random.
So you could be a guy or girl. You could be orc or elf. You could be anything. Dragonborn.
Do I have titties?
Yes.
You are flat-chested and flat-assed.
But am I still a girl?
Brie
I was
Larson.
trying to figure out if I'm a girl.
You are Brie fucking Larson.
Brie Larson.
I'm Brie
Larson.
Wonder Woman. Captain Marvel.
Captain
Can
Marvel.
you-
How dare you? How dare you?
It's on the internet, man.
Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is a treasure.
You done messed
Yeah,
up.
that's fucked up, man.
I can't believe
I'm
you
also
done
angry at
this.
you if you didn't know.
Anyways,
Wonder Woman.
nobody's paying attention to you. You are the most inconspicuous, nobody gives a shit about you person that anybody has ever laid eyes on and completely forgotten about in 5 seconds.
That's exactly what
Flat ass and flat titties.
Definitely my plan.
All according to the Keikaku.
Keikaku indeed.
Yeah, now what?
I don't know.
I
You
guess-
guys, like I said, you guys are just in town. What are you gonna do?
We
I'm
wait
gonna
for
buy
machines
some
and
new
I guess now we're all
clothes.
going together.
Yeah, I mean, once.
Buy a new ass.
And like a wig.
I'll get us for last year.
Oh, you better.
You spell seeming
My bad.
up to 8 hours.
Up to 8
Yes,
hours.
8 hours for seeming.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some new clothes and a wig somewhere.
Is there any way to see through?
Okay.
No.
Well, you go seeking for that.
Let me
I'm
go
gonna
double
do
check
it these
those
days.
Usually,
Yeah,
it's
where are we
like,
going?
She has an
if they
Um,
like thoroughly analyze.
Avery.
Oh,
I
you
don't
want
gonna
to
see
see
through it, so I was like, wait a minute, she has an ass.
and see. You have to succeed against my spell save, which is, I believe,
That's if we are aware of.
a
actually.
creature can use its action to inspect a target.
We have no reason to inspect her, so.
Well, you saw her change. We're all together.
We were in a crowd and you used a subtle spell, so I had to have no clue.
I'm fair. There was a chance between you looking at the clone and looking at him. So
Yeah.
that'd be between you and
Yeah.
him.
I guess. Did I see him shape change?
It was very. I mean, this was a very public affair. You saw all this go down. You being familiar with him and being familiar with magic to a certain degree saw all this happen.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys all know what his assumed form looks like. So
Kind of
he's
a
gonna go-
acting character in the-
He's going to go hunt down a disguise. What are the 4 of you doing? Again, there's Spike Indranil to worry about. There's looking for Oberon to worry about. There's just, exploring the city to worry about. In fact, while you guys are standing around, you hear the ground shaking again, and you look up, and there's this gigantic black automaton just walking around scanning everything. As far as just looking at everything.
Ugh,
Reminds me of Skywalker.
that sounds rough.
It sounds like something that I don't want to be detected.
I think we
I
should
actually
find
like to
someone
roll
who
a
knows
history
about
check.
the Cobra.
Roll a history check.
Pass the button.
I'll roll stuff to get the fuck out of that thing's way.
You don't have to roll a stealth to get out of the thing's way. You're not doing anything to upset it.
I'll roll stuff anyway.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hide.
I'm not hiding anywhere, so it's 7.
8. To history identify it.
Yeah.
This is a military golem.
Well, a military goal.
A military golem.
Do I have an idea of how tall?
Oh,
it
yours
is?
is over there, huh?
It's like 15 feet tall.
15. Okay, I thought it'd be like 50.
No.
Okay.
Like
It's
it,
really fucking big.
it
I
could,
think I
like-
fit in a like a city like walkway.
like the buildings around you are like 20 feet tall, and it's 15 feet. It can walk down like the wide alleyways, but it can't like sneak between the buildings.
Okay,
Squeeze between
okay.
the buildings. For the record, you remember that Rakshasa City is the home of trains, as far as this is where the locomotive was first invented and manufactured, and that this is the home of golems.
Okay.
As far as this is where the whole art was created, and in response, the crown had tons of golems commissioned.
Do I recognize the? Wait, what is it? The giant metal thing scanning. What is it?
It's a
Military.
golem. It's
So
just,
it is a goal. Okay.
it's just looking around. It's like just seeing everything.
I would like to actually approach one and see if I can ask it a question.
All right. You approach it.
I want to ask it.
Make a performance check to see if you can hail it.
Okay. Donkey bolt.
Sorry about that. Tried to use the help action.
Failed. 12 plus what performance you said?
Yeah.
17 modified.
You have. Oh,
I have a slight bonus in performance.
okay. A 5 is a slight bonus in performance.
Well, I mean, I have some that are 10.
That is a good one. Anyways, the golem looks down to you, and you hear this crackly electric voice. Hail such a son.
Hail.
Interesting. What do I call you? find
Yeehaw, motherfucker.
Where can I find the headquarters for the rail stations?
He spins on a sort of joint at his hip and points off in a direction not far from the train station. And he says, off in that direction.
Okay. I guess I'll head that way and try to find Spike Endronel.
It is a large building. It looks like a red tiger's head. You cannot miss it.
Interesting.
Yeehaw.
Thank you. I guess.
Have a good day, partner.
I'm gonna go on to Spike Endronel.
Okay.
I'll follow Julie.
Okay. What about you, fur boy?
I told them.
Okay. Avery! What does Xavier do when Drooly goes to talk to Spike Indranel? I'm just gonna assume he follows you for now. He had to text me to tell me he was taking a shit. Like I didn't know that.
Well, he also yelled he was taking a
She
shit.
did.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, I'm just gonna assume he goes with you. You find the building. There's a sign above it that reads Headquarters of Spike Railways.
Okay. Is there a front desk? Do I just get to walk in?
There's a big old entranceway that looks like the mouth of a tiger kind of opened up. You know, like Aladdin
Yeah.
kind of thing. But there's two like blood red golems standing at the front gates. But they're not 15 feet tall. They're 10 feet tall, and they both have giant magic cannons for arms.
Okay. I want to go up to them and I guess request entrance. I have business with Spike Endronil, and I have traveled far, and I'm tired. Let me in, please. Please.
Konnichiwa, partner.
Okay.
Go meet you, partner.
Do you have a reservation or appointment?
Partner.
Yeehaw.
If you do not, please giddy up and leave.
Yeehaw.
Okay. I would like to.
I don't know, we're casting spells again. They're
I'm
responsive
thinking what to do here.
Oh, it's
Um,
can only end well.
I do not. But how would I go about arranging such?
Do you have emergency information that would benefit Spike Indranil?
Yes.
Very well. Do you have a clandestine way of providing us this information so that we may transfer it to him before you speak directly? Yeehaw.
It's regarding the recent attacks on Spike Endronil's railways.
Oh,
As we're playing this method,
Well, no, I'm just like, I'm hoping that they can just tell it, or telepathically.
Communicate.
telepathed.
if the robot could
Whatever
do that,
it is.
he wouldn't have to ask you if you had a method.
Anyways,
I
he
mean,
stands up.
could you point to his exact direction?
He stands up straight. You hear some beeping and clicking, and then he leans back down to you. While not clandestine, we will appreciate this information, partner. Please enter. Yeehaw.
Whoop.
Bring your friends with you. I will not keep track of them. Yeehaw.
You will not keep track of them.
We do not have time to babysit them while you go inside.
Okay. Well, that
Yeehaw.
means you and Avery can kind of just fuck off and do whatever you want inside.
Alright.
Okay.
Please do not. Arigato.
I mean, I don't say that in games, but okay. I guess I go on and attempt to find Spike Endronil's office or wherever he may be.
You go
Getting
ins-
coffee.
You go inside, and there is this comically small desk with this comically gigantic, muscled up Rakshasa bent over it and writing something on his desk. He looks up to you and says, "Hello, sir. Do you have appointment or reservations?"
Did you not hear from the two giant gold things?
One moment, sir. He turns over and pokes at a little red orb. He looks at it for a few moments. You can see like some little black shapes moving around inside of it. He looks back up to you. "Okay, sir. Go to end of this hall and turn right. Mr. Engineer will be there." If you need anything, my name is Charles.
Well, nice to meet you, Charles. My name is Drooly, and hopefully we will be doing business.
I would appreciate that, sir.
Okay, I go on down the hall and take a right to Spike's.
By the way, how is your orb bill?
This thing's lost in space.
Orb bill.
What is an orb bill?
He lifts up the little red orb. You know, your orb. How you communicate with people from long distances.
How's your
I had no enlightenment of this orb bill. What can it do?
You can use the orb to communicate with people from long distances.
Yeah, right. Broken commercial.
Pretty much. It is a new invention. Co-founded and started by Indra and Spike Railways.
What is the range on an orb bill?
They're a rail company that also makes technology, apparently.
I mean,
They're not just like railways. That's just their main thing. They also just, pay for technology. Kind of like Apple and cars. Like they build computers, but they're still like, hey, we can build cars.
There's computers and cars.
Have you seen the IMO?
No.
It's the ugliest car I've ever laid eyes on.
I mean, also like Google, their research engine that now has
Cars.
cars, internet, video game consoles that are coming out, like all kinds of shit.
Kind of what I'm talking about.
Companies diversify.
Anyway.
All of those things have computers inside them.
Well, I mean, Google didn't start as a computer company.
Search.
They started as a software company.
Anyways, we can have discussions about this later. Please go speak to Mr. Adrian.
Okay.
Have a good day, partner.
Still catches me off guard. Okay, I'll go to Intrano and see what I can get.
Playing Samurai Cowboys. Surprised when people call him partner.
Right.
Especially the combination
Samurai,
of two
Indian,
partners.
cowboy.
And Indian.
The Indian in the cover.
Indians.
What?
No, you're here right now. We're
You were talking to the wrong
Not
person.
Native Americans like Eastern Indians. Like, thank you, come again.
Oh. I was thinking Native American. Like when you said that, I was like, oh, that's what's missing.
That was the whole joke. It's like, hello, I am Charles from Seattle. How can I help you?
Yeah.
And it's obvious that he is not Charles from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. It's obvious.
It's obvious.
Look, bro,
Really?
I've had enough conversations with people on Amazon that I can guarantee that guy named Charles is not actually named Charles.
And your name is not Colin.
Look, nobody's gonna hear my voice and think I'm black, okay?
Okay.
How many black guys you know named Colin?
Oh, man.
None.
I could count them.
Work with it. What, have you met any niggas named Colin?
If only I could count them.
Right.
You can count to 0, my boy. It's fine.
I don't know if that technically counts as counting.
Counting involves more than one number.
Unless you
1.
Anyways, you get.
Move on. Jeez.
Would it be counting 2, 1?
Yes.
Anyways, you make your way to the end of the hall. You turn right. You knock on the door that reads Spike Indranil, and you can hear noise that sounds like a sort of tacking away at something inside.
I would like to. Do I have any idea if he may have some perception of what I look like before I came in his room? Like, I'm not in his room yet.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Oh, 5.
5.
Well, plus perception, so 10 total.
All right. You look left. You look right. You look at the corner of the hallway, and you see this little black golem sitting on a chair. He waves at you.
I like to ask his name.
He doesn't speak.
Okay.
This isn't Matt's character, right?
Well,
No. That was 300 years ago.
It's a goblin,
what was Charles dressed in? Well, how did, was he just wearing pants and that's it?
He was wearing like a black suit with a button up and a tie.
Okay, I was trying to
But
see
the
like that.
sleeves were ripped off due to his massive muscles.
I'd like to use the spell Seeming another time to put myself in a full suit.
Alright.
And dapper myself up.
Alright. You dapper your gigantic teleport himself up. You look back over to the golem and he starts clapping.
Yes. And I knock on the door.
Come in.
Okay. I open the door, walk in, and what do I see?
An even bigger Rakshasa. This time white, but his suit is tailored so it's not ripped up. He's sitting at his desk and he's typing away at a little machine. He says, "Hi, Punjabi. I cannot believe all of this. Hello, sir. How can I help you?"
Hello, sir. I have been a passenger of your railway in the past recent days, and
I hope you enjoyed it.
there were some issues from where I've come from.
Were you on that train that
I
ran
was
into
not
me?
on the train, but I was on the island that it ran into.
Oh,
And apparently, as I've spoken to some of your staff, there are guards somewhere on these trains. But they aren't enough.
I suppose I had not thought of that.
I'm offering for, how can I propose this? Whenever I and a group of mine who have now successfully assisted in killing a god
You were part of that?
apart,
I
we
was. Totally believes him just to believe him.
I don't know. I mean, make a charisma saving throw.
good thing I have max
I
charisma.
totally believe this random guy just walked in my door and said,
Let's see.
Good thing I have max charisma rolls that die.
Is it just charisma or could it be
It's a charisma save.
persuasion? Because it is persuading. Wait, it'd be the same either way. So 16 total.
16. You have this aura of a god killer about you. He says,
A 350-year-old guy. Okay.
he's like, I was not expecting this kind of company. By the way, the entire time you're having this conversation, he's not even missing a beat when he's typing.
Okay. The group of we don't have a name for our group. Shit.
He's about to name us.
We don't have a
either
name.
really cool or really lame. What's good?
Fuck.
A bunch of random crazy bastards.
Really, honestly, it's just me and Rashanked and sometimes Furbolg, and then random shit.
I-
Random shit that's just there.
Wait. Okay. Let me look at the message for a
And
second.
then Pete, freaking
I would like
multiple
to-
personality disorder guy over here.
Are you guys in the room? Oh, you actually followed me and Rashanked.
Yeah, we both.
I just
So are you in the room with me or are you in the
No.
hall?
Where did you go? Where did you go then?
I would go straight to a bar or something so I could ask about it over.
So are you in the room or in the hall?
Probably in Rome.
Alright, so he
I want to
sees...
subtle spell and message you. What the fuck do we call ourselves?
You two can't decipher all of it.
You're burning the shit out of sorcery points.
It's mending. Oh yeah, subtle spell. So yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
2
right. I've used
points
it before.
every time you do that.
I've used no.
You've
Wait.
used subtle spell 3 times.
We'll pull up right quick to make sure.
Six
One sorcery spell. For subtle spell.
1 sorcery point.
Second to bottom one.
I believe you.
So I will go ahead and pull 4 off of there. Okay, because I used it 3 times for you, for the fog, the seeming, and for message, and now 1 time for more for message. Any ideas?
I cannot speak for the group.
That's a good point.
Fair enough. Okay, so I.
the turtle swine.
Nope. I feel myself.
I'll kill myself.
Roll up a new character.
Okay.
All of the character.
Well, we don't quite have a name yet. Although this is unfortunate, we have proven our worth in previous battles and encounters with other islands and other foes.
I was actually like the worthy.
The worthy?
Yeah.
It's not terrible. But I'm not there to know.
Right, yeah.
That's a reference to like the 9 greatest kings in European history, I would hope.
The Eagle? Is that what you just said? Eagle. The E-Colt.
I see what you did there.
But we're not the
Anyways,
So, although we do not have a name, I will propose to you that on any passage that we travel, we will guard your train only for the fee of our ride.
that is an interesting proposal. Okay.
Agreeable guy.
Right.
Okay. You are basically filling up what would be empty seats otherwise. It is beneficial to me. Here, have my insignia. Keep it on your person. Do
My
not lose it.
diggity dang. I'll put it in that little box with the bee and the dancer.
Alright. By the way, it looks like a little roaring white tiger head. You know, kind of like his. He picks up the orb that's sitting on his desk and puts it up to his ear. Hello? Yes. Please, sir. No, I know your name is not Bobby. You work for me. Please transfer the information. If a large turtle man presents you with my insignia, he is to guard the train. Do not charge him or his allies. Okay, good. Have a good day. It is coming out of your paycheck though.
Damn.
That guy's just
he's
up.
Bobby.
He slams the orb back on the table. Okay. Is there anything else I can help you out
Sorry.
with? Sorry,
Wow.
Bobby.
Sorry, but it's a little bit.
Oh,
Alright.
two things. I'm sorry, you're in the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you give us any information about the cult of Oberon in the area?
Aye, by Shiva. Why do you have to bring that up? I hate discussing Oberon. Him and his cult, they do nothing but upset my trains.
If it is of issue, it wouldn't be of major importance, but we can find information elsewhere. Another thing that would be beneficial to our unit.
Hang on a second.
Shut the fuck up right
You're the god killers?
Right.
Right?
Yes,
Okay. You like money, right?
significantly.
I will give you money if you go out into the desert, kill Oberon, and bring me back his head.
How much money?
How much do you want?
there. Oh,
We're killing a god here.
You've done it before.
doesn't make it cheap.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Fair. Okay.
It's not a boga, my friend.
It sounds like he's standing.
You have a point.
How about 1,000 gold per participant?
So I give you 1,000, I give him 1,000, and I give the rest of your party each 1,000.
There are 4 others.
So 6,000 gold to kill Oberon?
To kill a god! It's not much.
Check on it.
Don't do
Oh
it.
yeah, sure, doesn't.
Oh, you suck.
Okay.
There you go.
Now with this, is there any source?
Kill a god for 6,000 gold.
Is there?
Toss his chin.
The rock fucking starts purring. Fucking idiot. Real god, but he doesn't know anything about money.
But think about it. I've been in like pretty much solitude for the past like couple hundred
Oh, I'm not
years.
blaming you. I mean, Alden, or not Alden, Xavier doesn't give a shit about money anyways.
Anyways.
If anything, he's here to argue if he saw anything wrong with it, or if he cares.
Doesn't really care about money either.
He's already going to kill Oberon.
Yeah.
This is just
So-
a bonus.
Literally.
With that, is there any supplies or tools that you can provide with our unit due to the difficulty of the task?
Did you face
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
lie?
I can't tell you where Oberon is.
That would be useful.
Go out into the desert.
Okay.
When you get to the part that you basically can't walk without stepping on a skeleton, you are getting near there. It's basically it's smack and dab in the middle.
Smack and dabbing in the middle.
No! Smack dab in the middle of the desert. There is an oasis there. Him and all of his highest ranking followers are there. I will give you an additional 500 gold per head of his followers. The higher ranking ones.
Is
Those
this the
actual
same
fairies.
city from your game?
Yeah, you were at this city before. This is where you guys bought the golems.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the city that we're heading to.
The
with,
place,
the
the
undead
oasis.
It's not in the city. It's just straight up an oasis.
In the
shit. No, I'm
mountains.
talking about Collins, like, Canulinto.
No.
Are we going to the city?
You are not going to the necropolis.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I was asking.
No, this is not the city of the dead that is not actually full of dead people. This is
You
the
said there's a bunch of dead people, so I was like,
I'm
this is
talking.
necropolis.
There are dead people. There are dead like animated skeletons and zombies around the oasis. They're not in the oasis.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They're all pissed off because they got like tricked by Oberon and the other fairies and got themselves killed in the process.
Is there any way that you have a description or anyone with a description of this place.
Aside from it being an oasis in the middle of the desert.
What more do you want? Goddamn it.
What more do you want, Shiva, damn it?
Shiva, damn it. God damn.
Okay.
What do you want? He's Indian.
Better.
What better?
Okay,
What, are you
I
gonna complain about a poo next?
can't do anything with that, so oh well.
You're not with him right now.
Yeah, he's off
now. I'm sorry.
doing whatever. That's only me and Rashid.
Do you have anyone under your employ who would be able to act as a scout, who would be able to identify overruns, officers, or any other hazards we may face on the way to?
I think my tarantula can help us on that.
They are giant pink fairies. What else you need to know?
That too.
Well,
They're a bunch of fruits.
being able to skip over the entire desert would be nice.
You have any horses?
So the more description I can get, the better.
Okay.
I can give you cheapest magic carpet I have.
That's good.
How much is that?
How about
I give it to you.
Thank you.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping for. But
Just
now we're
understand, it might get you out to deserts. It might not get you back.
That nigga said.
You may have to walk.
perfectly fine.
Or teleport.
Hey, now you're getting it. Okay, so from there, I'll just ask him
spells.
where is this carpet?
He turns around. He's got this wicker basket full of carpets.
Shut up.
He takes a deep breath
Like, how many times
and blows out, and there's just a cloud of dust that forms over it, and he starts, swatting at the dust. And then he pulls out this purple carpet and hands it to you.
Alright. Are
Do
there
not unroll it
I
until
didn't.
you are ready to
I didn't
fly.
know.
It is a wild
Sniff.
magic carpet.
Okay.
It should be big enough for you and your friends.
Okay. So from there, I think we're good.
What's the fly speed of this carpet?
We don't know yet. We'll find out.
You'll find out when you unroll it.
I was just
So
curious.
from there, I'm just going
I figured it was
to.
an irrelevant topic.
How big is it? It's probably like the one we had last campaign.
No. It's just big enough for all 6 of you to fit on crisscross.
So like just a little bit bigger than Aladdin's boy oh boy.
So Hercules.
They said there's gonna be a tortoise on it.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's the fun
Hercules can sit on it crisscross.
No, the 6 of you can. Why not just ride Hercules and follow the
That
dog?
was why I asked how fast it was.
Hey, don't get us out of a free carpet.
This cheap ass carpet is
I'm not
definitely
there.
not gonna fly faster than Hercules.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna keep the carpet though.
Of course you are.
I'm not gonna say shit.
It's a free ass carpet.
Free ass carpet. Does it have a picture of a butt? I have
Yeah,
a picture
sure.
of a butt on one
There's a
of the
picture of an
packages.
ass on this carpet.
Oh boy.
It really is. But,
Anyways,
Okay.
From there, I thank you. We will leave. Bye.
have a good day. Do not piss off the golems though.
What may piss off the golems?
Doing anything illegal.
We are
I
allowed
wanna.
fighting
I'm very tempted to ask what's illegal.
Do you have a constitution like
Let me show you the full list of laws.
That's what I thought we would get into.
Same thing that is illegal in the rest of the country.
code of ethics?
He's like, what is that? What does that mean?
Is the country the island or the whole?
Our
The-
friend is
the
a
whole
terrorist.
Oh yeah, because
It would be better if you asked for a specific law, thank you.
Yeah, he got sassy as fuck.
Maybe
Because that was
he's
a
part
dumb
of
fucking
it.
question.
Thank you. And my name's Charles. Thank you.
I come with a Wisconsin.
Yeah, I thought it was
Seattle.
Seattle. That's what I said.
Seattle.
That's what I did. Okay.
Same fucking
I'm sorry, did you say Charles from Compton?
Wisconsin.
It's the thug Indian.
Charles from Compton.
And all
I got a shot. I'm there.
Touch your mind, motherfucker. Oh, I'm so done.
Alright guys, see y'all next week.
Charles from Compton.
Charles from Compton.
I'll leave and then wave to the lone golem as I go.
Wait, right.
Don't be straight, so
Still sitting there.
Don't
Hit
steal.
another mother 'cause he
Pog.
probably-
Alright, so we're gonna go back over to Xavier, who goes and finds a bar that he can like ask people about Oberon.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
So
Western Indian style.
yeah, you like walk in and they're playing sitar.
but in a country way.
There is no country way to play that
Bing,
instrument.
bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong,
Banjo
bing,
song on a sitar.
Everyone in there is just as confused as I am. Okay,
No, they're-
I'm just gonna walk up to the bar and hail barmaiden slash, usually use females, but whatever's behind the counter.
Probably a golem.
Big ass motherfucking Rakshasa.
I'm interested.
Hail, friend.
No,
Okay, well,
there are females. It's just that you guys haven't encountered any, or at least you haven't encountered any that you can identify as female.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyways, you hail him down. He's towering over you. He's like cleaning out an entire mug with just his thumb.
Why
How
are
can
the
I help
bugs
you, sir?
so small that
You have clean nails.
Forgive me, friend, I have no time
I'm
for
talking
small
about like he's got a wrap, like a towel wrapped around, like, you know.
It's
Your
not
regular,
savage.
your regular bartender scene.
Go
How
on.
can I help you, sir?
Apologies, friend, I don't have time for small talk. I was wondering if you knew the location of the cult of Oberon.
He said, "How can he help you?" He didn't say, "How you doing?"
The whole bar falls silent and the sitar music stops. Exactly. And he's,
Have I misspoken?
you are looking for Oberon.
I am.
Nobody likes Oberon here.
And neither does my father.
Oh,
I'm still.
If they don't say what you don't like.
And I've come to eliminate the
No,
nuisance
that's
that is
what
Oberon.
Who is your dad?
your parents
Not
matters.
everybody daddy.
Your parentage matters little to me. But if you are seeking Oberon, you won't find him here.
I think the bugs.
You will have to go out into the desert.
To the desert? To
Yes.
which location?
There is an oasis in the middle of the desert,
I want to DM just like
a few miles out from here.
you
When you start running into walking skeletons and zombies, you are getting closer.
So what I'm hearing is that we passed Oberon on the way here.
Is it north, south, east,
At least
west?
the
going the wrong way.
Head out of town through the main gate and head up northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
Yes.
I'd actually.
Is this like normal Earth, like east, west? You know, how
Yes,
the sun is
it
and
is.
bullshit? Okay. just
Like cardinal directions still work the same.
You want to go
Northeast,
six
what you
foot
said?
starboard side?
Northeast.
Okay.
You
Thanks, friend. Thank you for your time and for your knowledge.
You are very welcome. Best of luck dealing with the Fae. I do not like them here.
I'm gonna put a gold coin down, my last gold coin.
Oh, that's
Oh, man.
Back with Charles.
The sitar music starts back up.
I'd like to ask Charles.
How much are drinks?
They stop again.
Drinks. We're a dry.
Is there like a thing that says beer equals this much? I'm not gonna say are there drinks after I already.
Shiva, damn it, we don't drink around here, man. You're talking about drink.
This is a lemonade bar.
Is there like a sign that says how much a beer is or whatever?
There's one big sign that's larger than the rest of them. You can't really read the rest of the signs because their text is rather small. There's a big list. But this one sign that you can read is just this picture of this massive mug with this red liquid spilling out of it. And it says, tiger blood, 1 gold a jug. Well, 1 gold a mug.
God damn, that's expensive fucking beer. Anyways, I'm
And
just
then
gonna-
underneath it, it reads,
Don't
if you would
cry
keep
about
your ass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like, that was my last gold, and I was gonna buy a round for the house if it was like reasonably priced, but.
That was your last gold. How were you gonna buy any?
With that last goal.
Because I have 9 silver and 9 copper.
It's almost 1 gold.
There's almost 1 gold.
Oh, earlier when you asked him, are they like Earth cardinal directions? What did you expect him to like? Because he could have
This
been
world
like,
could be
no, it
entirely
could have been like different names,
Yeah,
or did you think
There
he'd
could be
be
2
like,
suns. Like, you don't know if it rises in the east, sets in the west, or if it rises in the west, sets in the east, rises in the north, sets in the south.
Colin could have been crazy. He could have been like, so north
He could
here
say
is
basically
east.
there's no fucking way for me to tell.
Yeah, trust me. The sun still sets in the west so that you can ride off into the sunset. Don't worry.
Yeah, I figured it's a western, and I was like, he's not gonna fuck that up. But anyways, you can't ruin half of the westerns, alright?
Yeah, this is called an Eastern now.
Wow.
That actually works.
Kills
It's a
us.
samurai thing.
Kind of.
Hey.
Anyways, you were saying?
Charles, going to ask him. We noticed skeletons and zombies on our way here on the train. Do the trains pass near Oberon?
Not close. But you could probably see it from there if you squinted real hard.
So within a few miles.
Like those kind of newspaper on the
Is
Ladies and gentlemen, I did not say that. That was not me this time.
No, they must be the terrorists.
Shit.
Can you repeat that last part?
So probably within like 15 miles, because the ocean you see for about 10 to 15.
Roughly.
Okay. Okay. That's all I needed.
Okay, be careful of sandstorms.
Okay.
He said,
Well, I mean, I've lived on a farming island for my entire life almost.
Yep.
So
The only thing you've had to deal with is wheat.
everywhere.
Wild wheat.
Wheat
Yeah.
and fucking killer chocobos.
Yeah.
Chickens.
But I mean, I chained all those shits.
You trained him. You had Andy.
Yeah.
you trained.
I just keep forgetting. Andy's like in a
You
little
should be like
crevice
fucking
on my
rich
neck.
considering chocobos are like a rare breed now.
Okay, so from there, I guess Rashington and I will go do our thing. I'm gonna go try to find a magic shop. See like what kind of enchanted items they may have.
Alright. Do I really want to give you more magic items right now?
That's fair.
You look so distracted.
No, like, I mean, I understand. I have 2 bags of bees.
How many magic items do
He
you have?
has chosen the bees!
Let me check right quick.
Look at the Applebees. Would you like the apples or the
I'm
bees?
sorry for touching you.
He has chosen the bees. Equipment. I currently have the bees. I also have the figurine in the box with the bee.
Are you gonna sick the bees on Oberon?
No. I was planning for other things, but I haven't needed to use them yet.
Yeah.
I have a
Could've used them on
15-ounce mason
terrorists.
jar with a different bee inside it. I have an immovable rod. I forgot about that shit. God damn it. So I have the rod and 2 bags of bees.
Alright. You could find potion shops. You couldn't really find a lot of magic item shops.
Okay.
I have a snake gun, I forgot.
Yeah, that you have not used like at all.
I'd like to go to a potion shop then.
Okay.
Can I upgrade that?
There's another racially insensitive Indian Rakshasa there.
Racially insensitive Indian.
Because he has an Indian accent, and that's apparently insensitive.
I would
Not
like
for
to
him.
inquire what
Apple.
kinds of potions do you have? Do you have anything on
The original Apple.
deception or stealth?
Applebee's are
I have these tiger's blood.
Elvis.
What does it do?
Elixir, I'm sorry, I'm
It makes you really confident.
sorry.
You know, like most alcohol, but
Uh,
more.
I'm gonna
GM
need backup
question,
with
what
machines.
stat bonuses
Machines.
would I be able to
I
know
have some
or have an
mistletoe
idea what stat
from
bonuses this would
Achille.
give?
You drink this, it increases your charisma by 2
Scratch
points,
ass.
and decreases your intelligence and wisdom by 2 points each.
Permanently?
No, not permanently.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like-
you lost a crumb.
What if my
Like until
charisma's
you
already
sober
maxed?
up.
What if my charisma's already maxed?
Then it puts you up to 22 temporarily.
Wow. Yeah, you don't want to.
Kind of like Avery's belt.
You're trying to take our name.
Okay. How much for it?
I really got into you for 25 gold.
Do they stat?
Hmm?
Do they
No.
stat? Ah! Could have been so broken.
I'm not gonna give you something that broken.
No, yeah.
Now that if you drink multiples of these, it just kicks your ass. Like everyone you drink after the first is like a Constitution saving throw, and it increases by 10 points every time. It'll just eventually like knock your ass out, if not outright kill you, just from alcohol poisoning.
Okay. Well then I'm good.
You don't want to buy
I'll
anything.
fucking pass it.
Do you have anything else?
Where are you going?
You passed.
I have to get a money order after we leave here.
You don't think probably you know something you gotta make it.
What time do you have to go?
I don't have to go there anytime. I don't have to go tomorrow.
Ooh, congrats. Day off.
You don't work tomorrow?
Dude,
You wanna go see a
invited you
movie?
to
I got
go
a bunch of stuff to do.
Okay.
Wings, I'm right. Not roll wings.
What other kind of spells does he have?
No, I don't.
You mean potions?
Yeah, sorry.
I was a buffalo.
Healing potions,
Well, we went.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
generics,
Well, we went.
and just generic potions. If you have something he's looking for, he could probably
Buffalo.
have
I
something
don't
for you.
know that wing thing.
Tomorrow night we're supposed to go.
Does he have anything that could possibly increase armor, like armor class?
It could probably temporarily increase your armor class, but it's gonna be expensive.
That's fine.
Alright. He finds another potion that's a different tint of red, and he says, "We call this lion's blood.
Okay.
It increases your, physical resistances temporarily."
He said, you know, and I was like, dude, it's fucking Viagra.
Okay.
It increases your armor class by making you rock hard.
How much is the?
That's
How much will it run me?
100 gold per bottle.
the carapace.
Okay, I'll take one.
Okay.
Yeah, one will be good.
It increases your AC by 1 point
That's still useful enough.
for 5 hours.
That's
If
more
it lasts
useful.
more than 5 hours, you're gonna see a doctor.
That was good. I appreciate that.
Inspiration point?
Hmm?
Inspiration point?
Might as well.
Oh,
Yeah, we're getting those.
Something
Yeah.
to
I
it.
feel like I'm never gonna get an inspiration point unless I ask for it.
You got
Every
to.
time CJ's done something, he's like, inspiration point?
I don't think it was
Can I get a reward gold star, Dad?
Well, you kind of do have to ask for rewards because
I
at
don't
the same
think
time,
he's used one yet.
He hasn't.
I mean, I don't think any of us have.
He's
yet.
just hoarding them.
Honestly, I don't even
How many do you
know if
have?
that's
You're
how-
hoarding them for like the final
He
battle
has
for when you make shitty
two
rolls.
now. You have one.
Shitty rolls.
You have to quit.
Yeah, honestly, it's something my club.
Okay. Who else is up?
Also, I hit C.
Alright, who else has things they want to take care of before you guys storm off to go kill Oberon?
I was gonna get a wig and
Oh, right.
clothes, yeah.
Alright, roll a perception.
Do I gotta say like signs around town of perhaps his mug?
Oh yeah, tons of them.
Plus 7.
Am I anywhere near him?
No.
Okay.
18.
18. Alright, you find a shop. It's you find a shop named In Sheep's Clothing.
Oh yeah, that seems sketch. I opened the door.
You walk in-
paper cats again.
What?
Cindy's bored.
Oh.
I don't care. We're good.
I just feel bad about it.
Why?
But anyways.
She's an adult. We're all adults. It's okay. She can entertain herself.
Yeah, but I know
She's
what
got
boredom
cats.
feels like. But anyways, you walk inside and there is a humanoid that greets you that looks like a wolf, but it doesn't look like its mouth is moving at all when it speaks to you. It says, "Hello, customer. How can I help you?"
I would like to see your most unflattering dress, please.
Unflattering.
Unflattering?
Doesn't show no hip. Doesn't accentuate no curves.
I have never had someone request unflattering clothes.
No slimming.
I just would prefer if people didn't ogle me. You know what I
I don't think anyone is going to ogle you, you toothpick woman.
mean? Exactly.
Shiva Berman, look at you.
I want to
Don't worry, ma'am. You have nothing to worry about. You are what the children call a stick.
I want to look
Why are the kids
even
calling
more
me
like
that?
a limb of a tree.
Don't know.
No, you misunderstand. You don't look like the limb of a tree. They are calling you that because you don't have the features.
I want to look.
Why are the kids worried about the features?
I want to look even worse.
The kids grow up quick on the
I would
side.
like to find an outfit that makes me look even less attractive.
I am sorry, ma'am, but we do not sell unattractive clothing here. It is bad for business.
Where may I find some unattractive clothing?
In the garbage. You come to my store.
Where you belong as well.
Where do you live again?
Do not come back unless you have courage.
Do not come back like Jeff Curry.
You come back like curry. You know, unattractive clothes. I apologize for my rudeness. I was just hungry. I needed a Snickers.
I don't know, chocolate flavored curry is such a good idea.
It's just that newness.
Absolutely.
They do put peanuts in everything.
Oh my god.
But, anyways,
Go on.
it says, if you want something like that, it will have to be made custom made. And I will charge you double the price of custom made, so that I make certain that it is worth my time. Especially if anyone sees you walking around in ugly clothing and thinks of my store.
That is really funny.
I can tell people that I got it from your biggest competitor.
I do not have competitors, sir.
We really won't have one.
Monopoly.
There is no one like the sheep's clothing.
I can tell people I got it from someone out of town.
Why don't you just go to a cheaper dressing store?
It sounds like he has no competition.
She has no competition, which means there's a shitty store that doesn't really do much.
That or there just isn't another store.
Very fair, but I would check for the shitty store first
I mean,
before.
I feel like if I asked this nigga if there's a shitty store, he'd be like, there's no other store.
Yeah,
I am the only store. Please buy custom made double price ugly.
Have you ever been on the phone with an Amazon representative? That's the exact same thing they tell you. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do until you walk out the door with all your money and they're like, wait, we can do something.
eBay doesn't exist.
See?
That's fine.
See, he gets it.
Go on.
But
Ugly.
I would prefer not to pay double price for a purposely ugly dress.
I am sorry. If you want custom made and you want custom made with such specifications, it will cost more. I do not
Something
even carry
crosses
ugly
Jet's
materials.
character's mind. I could just put a rag in my body. That's ugly. Bam. Solved. Moved on.
Avery's like, I
Now
fucking
we're on
hate
the
your
train.
plot lines.
But a rag would work.
I mean, I'm having fun getting my vengeance on all the Amazon employees I've had to deal with that were just garbage, but you are kind of leaving out 4 other players right now.
Yep.
I mean, I waited my turn.
I mean, that's fair.
I'll be back.
Oh god.
I just
Very well.
okay.
He leaves.
I look for another clothing store.
You look for another clothing store. Roll a perception check.
+7, so 19.
What is the Hindu version of Goodwill?
Dude, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see if I can find it.
Why do I keep saying that?
Is there a Hindu version of Goodwill?
What?
I don't know.
Goodwill
If
isn't
it's,
a
No,
Christian
it's like every
organization.
fucking store. And fucking
I don't know what it's
or-
Hindu. I don't know if Hinduism has like a charity organization or not. Okay.
Hinduism, Shiva's will? I don't
Shut the fuck
know.
up. It's not God's will, it's goodwill.
Well,
Nigga,
just
it's not
add
God.
extra letters.
Shiva's will.
Shiva's will.
Shiva's will is utter destruction. Okay. He probably doesn't want you like donating clothes that they can sell at super cheap to like poor people.
Just say Family Dollar and go on with it.
What is the Indian word for family?
Oh, please stop asking questions that none of us can answer.
I'm trying to be immersive here, but it's kind of like being counterproductive. Anyways, you find a cheap ass like pawn shop.
Awesome. I walk in.
You know what would be funny is if the cheap stuff was the Cantonese stuff.
I look for the ugliest dress I can find.
Shitty trend.
Because I realize asking someone what their ugliest shit is, no one would say their shit's ugly.
Roll a perception check.
Yes.
I'm so glad that finally dawned on me there, Jet.
Fucking.
16 plus 7, so 23.
You find an ugly piece of clothing that is just so fucking garish that nobody would be able to stop looking at it. It looks like a fucking train wreck.
Why are they
Gosh,
selling it?
it's too ugly. I'm not trying to attract attention. I want people to not look at me.
You rolled too well.
Can I find? I'm gonna try to look for something less ugly.
Okay.
Do I need to roll
Okay.
low to get it?
I
Stop
now
buying
have-
average
I now have an English to Hindi translator. So if you need a word, this family is Paravar.
I'm done with it.
Okay.
I'm just
I
gonna
know
like.
you're going to that.
I'm just gonna find some way to make a silly name for something.
22 this time.
Oh my god.
22. All right. You find like a.
Garbage.
You find basically what looks like a potato sack that somebody has cut sleeves into.
You could have gone to the market and got a
Potato sack.
Or looked in the trash.
I feel like
Well,
There's a
I
label. There is a
feel
label.
like a potato sack is so gaudy that people would look
Look
more.
at it. Yes,
Don't
I
say that,
agree.
people roll again.
I'm not gonna get the potato sack. Okay. Something in between. There's gotta be a middle ground here.
Or you just get
Fucking natural 20. I don't know if that's gonna be like the most ugly thing
You
again.
find a
or if
tuxedo,
it-
it's
You
all the
find
same.
whatever the fuck it is you're looking for.
tuxedo on clearance.
Please.
You find this section that says.
Ugly, but not too ugly. Perfect section.
That looks like an entertainment drama.
Ugly enough.
That's ugly enough.
The fucking Goldilocks are ugly.
Feng shui ugly.
You find a section of clothing that says Battle Sheets Designs discontinued urchin line.
Urchin.
Nice. I check a price. Is there a price tag on this?
Failed.
500 gold.
500 gold
For an ugly.
for the ugly thing.
Well, as you can't find
But who
anywhere
says
else.
you gotta buy it?
Yep.
Oh God.
Don't.
My character is the type of nigga.
Stop. Get
But
stop.
Colin, he hates the type nigga shit.
Sleight of hand. You want? You don't have to be a little bitch.
Bob said.
Do
not be a little bitch.
Do not be a little bitch.
I can't tell if you're trying. I've heard the voice so much now. I can't tell if you're trying to be Rakshink or if you're trying to be an Indian.
Well, the Indians were the whole thing.
I go.
I didn't know that that's what Indians did. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the Italian hand thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Okay.
But they do it to know their mood.
Pardon me. Do you have any sales going on?
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening?
We are punch ups.
Dude, you know,
We
yeah,
don't do
you might need to
sales.
get out more. Like, I feel like he's trying to live his actual life in D&D, and it's kind of concerning me.
Well, now he's playing a character. I don't see a
For
problem.
the record, he's had like a driver's license for a month.
What in? So what is this normally priced? I hold up the 500 gold thing.
5,000 gold.
Woo!
This is the discontinued trash. They don't make this anymore.
For
The
good
line
reason.
is over. It is out of fashion.
It was never
You
in.
can't get him this ugly.
This is an artistic statement, sir. You are getting it at an incredible discount.
I put it back. Avery was right. Average clothes. Just make. No one's looking for average niggas.
Yeah.
I
You
got
already get average clothes, so you could literally just
Walk away.
His entire.
You got 8 hours.
That's what I was trying to
Who's
I
that?
say.
still
Ventures,
want the
not
average
farms.
This
clothes.
wasn't an adventure. This was
How
a
much
fucking
is, like,
shopping.
the
I
most
just want to
average
spend
shit
my
I
money
can
for
find?
no reason.
You find a white T-shirt that's stained with curry.
Why? Do I just see niggas all around wearing white t-shirts stained with curry? What's something I just see everywhere?
Describe perfectly what you would like.
The average clothes of the Rakshasa I see when I walk around.
If you want fucking chaps, a cowboy hat, and a button-up, it's gonna cost more than what you've got.
What? Why are all these
Why
niggas
is
rich?
everyone wearing? Why is everyone wearing different
Well, think,
things?
this is like nearly the business capital of the country.
This is
There's still
Oh,
gonna
we're
be
like
poor
in
people.
Silicon Valley. Oh, fuck.
more like
me.
Huntsville.
So,
Like,
oh.
there's a lot of money, and the taxes aren't insane. In fact, they don't even have tax.
Okay, hold on.
You could
What are
always
all
make
the
logic.
tourists wearing?
All the tourists,
Yeah.
they're wearing Hawaiian shirts and flip-flops.
I need
shirts.
to look like a fucking tourist. I look for fucking Hawaiian shirts and flip.
Hawaii doesn't exist, Jet.
But
I-
they're wearing orange shirts.
I look for
I'm
what
fucking memeing.
I look for what I see all the tourists wearing from when I was in the train station. Like the
Tourists from
journalists.
all over the place. They're wearing anything you can imagine. Why are you looking for clothes?
He's paranoid. That's why.
Yeah.
You could just solve it and say wear exactly whatever you want to wear.
Do you not have disguise self or something?
I don't believe so. No.
Whoever
yeah,
said
you're
never
the
tell your
shit.
players no. I need to talk with him.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
have
it's
disguise.
within reason. That's the end of that statement.
Thank you.
How much gold do you have in your inventory?
I only have.
Takes all of your gold. You get what you want.
45.
Give me 45 gold and you can have an outfit that nobody's gonna care about.
Or you can just wait till next
Excuse me.
session and roll irrelevant.
No,
You're the
thank
most
you.
ambiguous
I-
piece of garbage.
I
in
like
the
pat the
room.
counter and I'm like, I'm good. I just sleep. I just fucking.
When do you expect to pay?
Does anybody else have something they want to take care of in Rakshasa City before you guys go out and kill Oberon?
I'm ready to get going. Let's do it.
Alright.
I would like to take the train. I mean, unless Hercules is just here. Do you have a mental link with Hercules?
He's always with me.
Okay. Just riding on top of the train between islands, or just fly. One of the two.
I mean, he magically summons the thing.
Ah, okay.
Am I right? That's how it
Yeah,
works.
but he stays alive as long as whatever.
Okay. Well, if that's all you guys want to do, I have an idea of how I want to end the campaign now,
Mhm.
so we'll call this the session.
So with that,
You guys just meet at the train station. The Rakshasa there is like, hello, please buy a ticket. And then you show them the seal, you all get on, you're fine.
from there, I would like to figure out what we're gonna do over the summer and the fall.
In the summer and the fall, we'll discuss that once we turn off the stream.
Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's yours to bring your boy, Jetblack One, on the here with
Jake from Huntsville.
your boy Avery,
What's up?
I thought he was called
Max.
Breaks.
CJ,
Toast. Belly.
and Bangzels in the bathroom. Ah, I'm gonna.
Taking shit.
Oh, and Shadow had to dip.